already am so a cacred will be high and Yaman Coviao. We were done as a Ghana for Uncle George. And Kruma Dibiansi had yet on Uncle. Basin Kruma, baby, Abadadi, a view. Much as a cost to know, we were done. Some cost. I can't say I boy a car. I cannot. Whoa. Yabasuna, Yababa said, and so ABC Compatano Bay. As usual, I was say, acknowledge Bois for Omo, Adaromana Chesa. Din samne banano peno make house ebia ba clinic I said doctor ne and nurses NHS other doctors jumapa na ebia branches mienu for now enchebiano ye bie Accra branch intin cranfo no mon China doctor so ye jumawa wo hwe ade a wo hwe na hunu ye answer entintan bi ewo wani so dabia wo poso wani nyina no wo be ko ama ebia so ahwe say glaucoma cataract and as ye can say te and see wani so ebia yen kan cho sa wo ben no what you draw no channel swam so wani de yen fa ni agrokra entinya de a wo de draw so wani so no mom what you draw no ma am wo fa se de bia wo no ma draw na e be ye omu adwuma ama cha problem bi a wo fa si eno aye site e de bia no eno so e be vanish na fe ama wo ni no anso ato na afa wani so enso ate na mpo wo hade a wo so wo hunu ye kama bia mu no se wo yo bi a stroke ana chew ana so ye bema na aye prostate ana be so bon by said a bear enlargement Emma ABS yen can trust said Doma Ainkro or Benebeneza preschool ana kwara so dwana say a main market a chuanoma pair ana away and also a dinner jumedie wo friend was 0541565199 just on ABA and some ankasana koja from any koja kase and kwadano womo betwi womo say anopane anwumre ansana womo som akompa na we no ayabusuan for household I was so beer and some anyabia no and I me dim komo ewa Brian komo de ni na no and so aye regular fluoride then aye charcoal toothpaste and now they brush aye teeth now brama chasa see and abe pie fita kam ebiem no wo gam ebenya ho den afi asam wonum and some aye hwamu kwani pamu a won fare na uyo bia oti and a type pie ho some make say cold acho and I say flu aba wo de na migraine and a hawa what drone aye kojak pro no and you do other selves at your man afe one product for some mouthwash no and aye kojak P and a kojak F mouthwash no and a bejo and yana okashi drug lenum and just a central market do be episode to be ano one sound so ebeka one frank kojak I was 0244559597 when you kojak and some ankasai now 7 vital help bambus chane the capsules and a pre-K natural powder your son man is again now what just so to say because a joy and some any pedranuma jumapa say we your ba utiminum or your bema so won't be ye it's also be a cocoa fu onamani when so and I say be a mojam o your who ya unse moja and some my wardrone again and also pebi now so je wo ba wo to won bema na no ma fe bema so je a won wife and some and no ma fe say o your be asiatic no and a problem aba sciatic eba wan hwe abeka kwanyam wo betumi akam permanent no sciatic nerves no say problem eba ma droy and ye kan for and some ajama ne saninti ama semense ba clinic and so say yen kan trust brana be test no ye betwa scan afei eba no say be body massage sane aye physiotherapy ani nyina no wo mo be enso ama na clinic no e wo kuma say asokware mampon omo ne aye rural bank ne di anim hwe wo fresh semens I was 0240616061 semens enyo so well, your room, your can is a Lawson Beverages Limited now pay. Now, you come Dr. Lawson in your Lawson in the Dilemma Beaters in your nom and American for Eddie Amason, Juma dear Eddie, and you say, what Juma, Epa, Edema Bama, Yana, Monday Mon Pem, and so our form, we have been a phonoma, and obey me a boy, I'm what delay a one pem, Dilemma capsules, and so a draw. May you call feature what you are no sooner beer, and obey me a boy, Pajian was and so a day, a mammy, no. ana make come for the amount a dray or baby at one drop bia pharmacy piano ubenya bia to a number 0248 619 999 now what do come current stick was a drono a yes ram mixture and in the G capsule see ana make come for the amount and namu area se gono and as fullest and a candidate v and then also a coso a woni peduema when you dray bia betimi abwana afa yini nyina no e the first boosti will libido we a bemana we your bar atinkano anywhere wo sa wo ho yare na afa dray and so as a boosti libido at the amount Zaraman capsules aye memedro bema bia wutie mi na no pe bema de emze o modemon pem ehun ye yepa enti wunya we bi na fere to mpanatifia wo de wo bobi ni so ho den emu epija enso mdari akosro hindi helper mister aye ne malaria fever and abana typhoid and diabetes ni nyina no wunya bia betimi aboa na afa enuama koye 0246348334 na wadu nkomo ene ede ye remo seahorse otrakuku antoma dauma na ye kaisa utie mi na no pe na o ka no eye ya na akwakoka ekwam na fe wa bie bonnet so na uhwie so edegum na overheating ana echina seahorse otrakuku antano ana boama o ka no overheating bia no eno enso mji area frontier na washa no so edama me ya number senye baby a wo bia no benya bia to 0544 133169 0544 13316 na say ye aluminium engine na say iron no ubetimi ayusu bi na afi eno atimi abo tabia nro ewa dwama so ne afa tabia takum eno aye memedro takum de wa woni se bema wonya bi na afi odia eno atimi abo ama mpama gudie aye soronko emme so de oni atinka wonya bia eno so ebo ye pantimo no bie na aye ho adwuma eno aye tabia takum na tabia ba mista no so aye malaria dro ne aye join the sana se bia obi a menstrual pain say how adwene wonya bia eno ebebo anu tabia ba mista no ana fe capsules no de wom ne say sisie ne ya wo ya koto kakra na wasori adwuma ye nkoto ye nsori ana wo ye bu ahun so timi gina na so eche ni nyina no bedu fie na sisie ne ya wo ya obenom ene adura ye fa no tabia ba capsules no ana betimi aboa 0243686861 na onum bia na afi nu ama ye kama every amami dimafo Dr. Time da so or the rubber to ya so said doctor wa wonim said on adwuma ye sitie ya wo ho asem ana asem bia me kase utie me na enuama nkoye mfa my stroke achi obi momfa ne mra wo the rubber to so ene wo be me infection ti afon ya ketua bia ni nyina na ye me dimafo Dr. Time da so abua kwa agogo school junction ana afa kra poku asema yera 0244774282 na afa wadu nkomo ruta no ewa joma so your Ruta natural product in a Ruta Mister Ruta Live on a Ruta tonic in so ya de ebo adwuma diamani pana obi o ya bia wadroni o wunya Ruta Mister ni bia no so 3D malaria pa ebeji e de free o said ne malaria parasite etie e woni pedua mu bia na ya de se ebeyi e de free o na Ruta Live moja no se ne frusani ye e woni pedua mu na onan ne won sata o titiritia wunya Ruta Live ni bia e no beboa ana fe Ruta tonic no so de wo mu pa eno se no so eboye e ma obi a typhoid fever and I say how wunya bi na afo no ma eno so be pointi anu ase no so 485632 na what do nkomo bi bia be kama the amount natural na company limited omo the Proslav capsules aba na ojonso no enkoyobo ho a ojonso etoato so ojonso bebre ansa na de ache wadro enie eno na be bo ojonso na afi emu apai mienu a eno nso no ade se Proslav no aye wadro eno be true man capsules no aye weak erection premature ejaculation and afi lack of sexual driver eno nso Buana for driving one pem am wa feel Congo ointment no there a year ene ensa wo honam na ni nyina som the before diarrhea honam aya ohina 0249017101 now we do come 3p garlic mixture eno an American for adem amaso sugar level no the tie bia and ebete so adem high blood pressure ebeyi why kase obese so te obi a when bloated stomach kana for obi a won so menstrual pains yenu anu mei ni nyina be
yi e de afro a wodro 3p garlic mixture eno ana make come for the amount 3p number 0248928824 wunya bia ebeboa Imulink Herbal supplement enye immune system booster no se utie mi na enuama nkoyi o nante kakra bia na wa blood pressure ewo so a wodro Imulink Herbal supplement no ana ebeboa na afenuama ye kamade ama kantanka adro awade abano no adro ba adwama so nya ne wo ye adwuma wo gya ho ana afa wiem ye nuanom ana afia ma me mo amoye adwuma den madro enie baby ato adro bia o Ghana ubenya bi ensom na timi ato na Alaska ana eneda ise ne odama siesie de wallpaper awode bedu adwuma no Alaska Star Enterprise and abase ye in 3D animation wallpaper and I say 5D and I open nyina no ubenya bi e wasoe ho na afa odi adu adwuma mo amo blind curtains and afa ni aye PVC floor tiles and asembia eno ensom ye artificial grass ni nyina bi o a ye de abaye ton ba ko ye ton do mu obe do ani be tira dum kumase ye ne boss FM building and the administrator circle tiptoe lane ho a 0554 114878 na afa woni ye din kom high sense wo madaroma de wo mu panye high sense I mean kan sure say eba ne say nuama ekosom ewo ene Ghana na ze kwa de heat kwa de say ye kan wasem kwa ye wieda na de wo mpa ne say esi ne de wo mu de aba na say we no esi say bow dam one say bia u so ade na be 3 hours na wo light ne be ko off out me e contain cooler no kakra e ma mu ye nyunu kakra ma ha enti we no de say kwaji we no bi na be boa she dum light no be ha bia be 9 mu a mbi abetimi adamu akopem be 12 na enyunu kakra eda so odemo nti we de say de wo mu a 1.5 horsepower ekopem 10.0 eno ebi ewo no ma chese ne ensadantwe anyina ma hoden kra eno kakra fu de nti wo hya no so ma me 0302550000 na afenu ma ye kama enso no power specialist herbal hospital ya ma me doctor akoso adua ya enie na hepatitis no se de tie ne se it won't be a ABC and answer any fatty liver or the fibroid drain or be a stomach ulcer any kidney problem how you know a power specialist about hospital and I saw do an trainer also kwaji Irish mama doctor akosuya adia or say or herbal medicine robebre a dear herbal malaria malaria drew cough care about Mr. Obawa and also what drew an afi a dear herbal tonic no man 20 minutes dear and also about Boya crack Kwabenya ACP road our power hospital bus stop and Africa Kumase Feyasebo Sumtri road our Duaya junction more takra the recordo our Naji exit 0244 544 nafe 1 year abon komana bibia kamana this ready ambassador with my high sense for say omuntimi nye kon bia light ni wo kra emye bit my aduma
yanke bia ye charge
bibisa nanka
chargeable AC
zenke no so you ana huni sa
hey
because once in years
and true
nanka
obedu be na bia utimi kitu bia betimi charge betimi
and I say for more the AC no so ya na ebo fan no no bo wielu achi tika mo de solar bi kra be bo no so achi ho nanka wiane bo na eji ni eji tie dum na nanka tatata na dem ana me nyadwe
me no we pa ka
free advice
na dem say we nya advice we suggestion
say nka mama business no so asako
Wontumi
a trooper
you are na boy wiem anya chira na boy na wiem nti ka mo ye so la na boso nanka ewie bo na ya de
o me so be hu
we kwasa mo pe kakra ba o
because we the consultation now
free
well yemra yen amuzu p question of the day as well Dr. Amuzu Adaroma na me day question of the day and so ema na infection drone no ani ebomori an so be pebi and so atona we your ban so e bema we infected what drone ya amuzu p help al mixture nuaba no ni cheze nuano ehini ni wo mu pa na momfa question of the day na mame ye bisa say midfielders ye say one has to go and answer one has to leave. Emu hwan ana wo Shenagu, Declan Rice, Pedri, Enzo Fernandez, ana Vitinha. Emu hwan ana wo Shenagu, one has to leave. Why Kabu?
wo eno a message no eti yen kan bi Yaya Adams champion phobia said the can rise ana say ye jano kwan emaniko AMG Molly say Enzo greetings to Fancy Di Maria more fire and no so dia bacteria come temperature the can rise out watching the show live inside Domi Crossing and no and so dia Abdul Gaffa you see say what is Enzo doing in the play area asking our players or say what's Enzo doing yes I know person say oh yeah den wa kra okay nti wo say ochia fancy pa eno a message Abdul Gaffa ede aba Francis Moy say Enzo needs to leave as Enzo ni jano kwan emano eko ana afewe nso eye kwaku Emmanuel say Enzo ena emfiri mo mo fa Enzo I am there akapo destiny said that can rise and quickly as mujino edini free mo eno a message what the aba Abdullah Smaila say Enzo Fernandez should leave watching the show live ewo ene Mori ewo Mali eho anene or monitor into the live from Mali yada asie panana ya cast say the can rise and deserve cross list he ono so ebem eno kakra adwenchen bi Ghana for Eddie Eba.
Well, live on YouTube where I say Declan Rice is the imposter. Hey. Joe Brandt and a Dane message in about faith. When see Luis Alhassan say Enzo Fernandez, our Samu Shinigo, Frederick, and so I say Yenshi Enzongu, and I do Frederick, and so Enzo no Pedia Wom, and for Simon, and so say Masa, our son's on the Pebby Fakrana Kwame, so I say Enzo Yen Frimo. We say Pedri because he doesn't add goals, and you know Kwame, so na Diano, a day Abba and Anope, Enzo must go, says Kwabena _12 way and so Gideon so Gideon Oben was say Enzo Frimo and away and so I say some share Declan Rice Eguna top 3 crano Luka Kraso Bamukrana Enzo has to leave fast cry no Raymond Bolu and a Ray a day Nedian so at the bar Jumadian so and so Anopena Betway I say Anopay say Momofa 3 quotes. And I say weekend you koye mamo pa.
Yes.
Go the boy 5 on emu 3.
And
famamo.
5.
Na 3 famamo sadia. Amudi amumi somebody. Because anya amudi.
Mudi and
Ti mame mo aye 5 codes in the camera quick.
Okay.
First code aye 38 O's. Well BW51 84A
84A
C14 next BW51 861 4cc and here 10 BW51 862 581 and 8 O's BW51 862 919 and here's 7 last code BW51 862 D08
good I mean kind now my green light na bibia anya fine
Wontumi
monfa kakra nto akiri enye school fees anya akomasika
code me nsapa but tata
yes
but waso
I hated that
skadi ma fa bi pa
weekend boys have money
skadi ma fa bi papa
monfa kakra nto
and then Monday 90 minutes after 10 line Wontumi 101.3 FM Wontumi TV our digital satellite Mondays
I don't know what
situation
already I'm so kakra do be higher no ya man ko be bia o
the hian mo manage the hian
say we over down na as Ghana for Uncle George
say na kuruma dan bi ansi ha de no nko basin kroma baby abeda de
ebi ho wo mu chese cost no baby obeda na ebo
cost mu kan sa dia me chase baga se
boy ka kano
wo ya baba so na ya baba hwese de no so ebesi akopata no bai as usual I was say acknowledge boafo omo adaroma na chese aprobia den samne banano pay no make house ebi ba clinic I dey say doctor ne aye nurses NHS other doctors aye jumapa na ebi branches aye mienu for now enche bia no ye bie aye Accra branch intin cranfo no montwa na doctor na so ye jumawa wo hwe ade a wo hwe na hunu ye answer entintan bi ewo wani so da bia wo poso wani nyina no wo be ko ama ebi so ahwe say glaucoma aye cataract anase kan say te ana si wani so ebi say ye kan cho so wo be no wo de draw no channel so am so wani de ye mfa ni agrokra entinya de a wo de draw so wani so no mom wo de draw no ma am wo fa se da bia wo no ma draw na ebe ye omu adwuma ama chese problem bi a wo face eno aye site e de bia no eno so ebe vanish na fe ama wo ni no anso ato na fe wani so enso ate na mpo wo hade a wo so wo hunu ye kama bia mu no se uyo bi a stroke ana chew ana so ye bema na aye prostate ana be so born by se da bia enlargement ema ebi say yen kan cho se doma ayinkro obenebeneza preschool ana kwara so dwana se aye main market e chi wono ma pe ana away ono so adi ne dwumadie wo fra no 0541565199 na chaso ne ebi enso enkasa na koja from enie koja kase enkwada no wo mo betwi wo mo se anopane anwumre ansana wo mo so akompa so na we no aye busuan chemfa household awoso bia enso anya bia no ana me yedin komo ewa Brian komodie no nyina no enso aye regular fluoride dane aye charcoal toothpaste ano na wo de brush aye teeth na brama chasa sin enom abe pai fita kam ebiem no wo gam ebenya ho de na fe asam wonum enso aye hwamu ko ne pamu a won fere na uyo bia oti ana type pai wo se make us a cold acho ana se flu aba wo de ne migraine ana hawa wo drone aye kojak pro ko no ana ye do adan sense ade amana fe wo mo product e fa se mouth wash no enom aye kojak P ene kojak F mouth wash no ana bejo enya na okashi drug lenum ene chasa central market duro bia be so to bia no won sanso ebeka wo fra kojak e wo 0244559597 na woni kojak enso ankasai na 7 vital help balm mechane ne capsules ana preke natural powder yesan man sa gan na waje so etose because adroi enso aye ni padwa no adwuma pa sa wo yo ba wutimi nom oya bema so wonum bi meye esanso obi akoko afufu ohunamani wani so anase bi amojam oyo hu ya hu se moja enso ma wadro no ya gan no ana also pebie na also oje wo ba wo to awon bema na enum afe bema so oje a wono wife enso ana enum afe se oyo bi asiatica no ana problem aba sciatica eba wanhwe abeka kwanyam wo betimi akam permanent no sciatic nerves no se problem eba ma droi ana ya kanfo enso adama ne saninti ama semense ba clinic enso say yen kan tro se brana be test no ye be twa scan afei eba no se bi abade massage sane aye physiotherapy ani nyina no wo mo be enso ama na clinic no e wo kuma se asokware mampo no mo ne aye rural bank ne di enhwe wo fresh semens e wo 0240616061 semens enyo so
well, ye room ye can is a Lawson Beverages Limited now pay na ye nin Dr. Lawson in ye Lawson in the Dileman Bitters in ye nom and American fo Eddie Amasen Juma dia Eddie and Yan is a boy Juma Epa Edema Bama Yana Monde Mon Pem and so our form when you been a phonoma and obet me a boy am what delay a one pem Dileman capsules and so a draw may you call feature what ya no sooner beer and obet me a boy Pantiano Ashan so a day amami no and I may come for the amount a dray or baby at one drop be a pharmacy piano who may be at a number 0248619999 now what do you come a current take was a drono a yes raw mixture and in the G capsule see and I may come for the amount and Nemu Aria Gono and I so full and a candidate V and then also a coso a winipedema when you drab you bet me a bona for union at the first boosty will libido we are Bemana we are bar at Tincano anywhere or wo ho yare na afedrei enso ese boosti libido ediamount Zaraman capsules aye memedro bema bia wutie mi na no pe bema de emze o modemon pem ehun ye pa enti wunya we bi na afere to mpanatifia wo de wo bobi ne so ho den emu epija enso mdari akwasro hindi helper mister aye ne malaria fever ana bana typhoid any diabetes ni nyina no wunya bia betimi aboa na afe enuama koye 0246348334 na wadu nkomo ene ede ye remo seahorse otraku kula ntoma dauma na ye kaise utie me na no pe na o ka no eye ya na akwakoka ekwam na afe wa bie bonnet so na uhwie so edegum na overheating ana echi na seahorse otraku kula ntano ana boama o ka no overheating bia no eno enso mji area frontier na washa no so edama me ye number senye baby a obia no benya bia to 0544 133169 0544 133169
Angwa juma no you Yami wohoda se uji didia obeya juma Ansachre no you Yami wohoda se uji didia obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi Israel Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekad We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika luvika Uvika naveshika Uvika miyodika Tode yashak Tode yashak Tode yashak In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Shalom, shalom, boy, Kapo. Say Kapo chairman, I feel chairman
Yes, yes.
Monday, you know, and on Monday night football, our prior United, and Bobo fans are Brentford, you know, and some other Bessiana tree. Now, Manchester Abaso, run for no some game, no, and some Chris can find us. I'm not the American, one of some other match, and a man, and I am some man free, one of some prepare about a gamer, and on some other course, any day. Now, my Bobo Cravens are Brentford, I'm coach tonight because Manukas on some many channel, your funny Keith Andrews, or your funny Keith Andrews, and here now many channel coming into your son and saying, no, one more time, but draw. I'm just in the last I have 5 consecutive matches. I just a Brentford. One month up running now. One more year now. Quack draw or so among Panis Accra. Now draw my come Numdia Natchez and Edwardo. Our Julius and Emsa Gamma will crack about and some old Trafford. And now ever be a crying amateurs from your club. One more quack would think our way. Not just a minute done so cross or no. And some old Trafford. Yet some Manchester and some like club. I'm a form and some annual shit. Now so now you can say, or we say Keith Andrews. I say, one more our Julius and now, and I'm also quite winning games. 5 games in a row. I'm on the other drawing in and then so 3 points. Abeomotia, Yentia Keith, our Brasa Mati, and on Abaswana tree, our Old Trafford.
Overconfidence with that. They're just facts that we've gone toe to toe with the best teams in the league, and I don't want that to change. I want us to attack the last 5 games of the season. I want us to enjoy it. How we enjoy that is doing the right things, approaching in the right way, fully respecting the opposition and what they can bring, nailing what we do without the ball, playing with personality, playing with a spirit that epitomises everything that we do and we stand for. So I don't see any reason why we shouldn't embrace these games. Like I said, we've put ourselves into a decent position, and yeah, let's have a good go. The zero
Kakra omu coach ana otesa ya denen some amount no pay and some our Jumadi so afei mama no opposite number manager no ade Michael Carrick na Jumadi will be your man you fan be abaso kan club ya be catch us Wontumi kase bia Carrick by onyehwe na manager no ba ba ya Juma Manchester ni man chese ba bia na nka man you ekika kone so man hia Carrick kan bia by no anka omne Spurs and I pray and some our chese bia so ni adena chese results wuni aba benya de ma mayu no aye very vital de ma club no na jememe second say ensom any report eba no nyina so twa say manager ne din koma na omubusa no say nyame ya no sama no anya bia no beto players no mo ensom edia ba anasa say ene no nsom na se akwa center back yes manager no force eba no say bia center back sa na o Lenny Joro o aye Harry Maguire o Lisandro Martinez no any adia wan bi na so akwa fana ba edi heavy nom Manchester no yakwa Mazraoui nom wo nyina timi bo as emergency center backs ensom adama team no ntomo de adoma so mo kan nyina no sa anya de sabi transfer market ni bia wo mo som adoma tension abakoni ye kan say aye center backs so mo no wo mo be say bia baby ensom adesa left wing hono wo mo be shebo kana enwache wo mo say baby eresa bia mfifi ene ade na che so mo som ade ashemo kana sele be ade man som abetimi akwa kamade ma club na enom aye kakra free aye man for so hono eno som ade but center backs no wo mo so mo chance enya problem kra na owe fa no se carry kase na no ya wo share say Jim Ratcliffe ene chance nnim ye no atena say wo mo som aboka fi bia wo chance man o mo training facilities on say hono o my renovation to one my fepa na wo mo tena say did komo kakra ne ate na chance owe no ade no support ensom man you o mo twumadi o mo tena nyina no wano som ada so eta o machi enti amanei onsa omoye o madwen say wo mo nkoto center back emani nyina no mete say man for no o ma fetire because omo som fusa say ebia omo ntobi fam ma eno nkyere say bia say bi aho beda ho a ene kwasa United som ameki sa move no na one aye Mickey Van de Ven mabekana sam ade a tro say man for no monitor akura no situation and apart from so monitor Van de Ven no wonim say German second say no say ayade some man you aye tima owura for no say Murillo sa boy na one some ball and some our chess Premier League no ma aye Nottingham Forest no Murillo some aye be man you for no one some anya na mo petawe pa ba kunie a cheso no do sintawe kase pa e just say o ball Murillo na bia ball Lisandro Martinez na Harry Maguire e bia back three masanya ka chiro de hamza pentwa pa a cheso kwadan som abaya adwumane pa na awo sam no sa kwadan na ye follow Xavi Simons am be kan asem sa boy no akwakwanya ACL enti atrose nyame ya no ma World Cup aye be kwa no Dallas akwara no wontumi nko World Cup no bi ontumi mo be sansa Tottenham Hotspur a gamer wo som akwa Wolves akwa ana player no wo som akwanya ACL ana permanent buy na club na kasa confirming Nadie ayade Spurs omo kan nyina no sa enche bia akwara be kwa surgery on say Barcelona just twen kakra ma bia nioma ensom aba from se bia ba bi hunu ya na wa twen ama chese wona twetwe kakra a chese kotodwen we no aye cruciate ligament ana akwara no nya na the moment abanya ACL one kokra de na chese be se bia be 7 months no aye dey was kwan bi asoro won som otumi konche wa bra wontimi mobo a chese a some ye pasa koda we ensom akwakopra ene ono so ntimi nkogina mu fama aye chese ni team no na adeba ko som ene say onse wo hwe aye place awodo a ye baba ko World Cup na nka mo nyina so betimi abo ade ma momman na ye kase mo na so akwakopra apart say bia Xavi Simons apra no ne de ni ACL edem litao ensom nya hamstring ko no de wo betimi aba ebia on time ebia no ensom aya akwatan na ye fa no sa Stefan William no ensom anya hamstring ama edikan ade abetu last week ni nyina say nyame amfafia ono enso betimi amese aye World Cup Rodrigo enso Madrid wano som anya ACL data and what Hugo Ekitike yakọ no som ade a chose na Achilles no ema ne kwan ema World Cup no wano som antimi nkobi oka Argentina wama kwara na for say aye 1-5 ono som akọ ana no what Joao Pinachelli akwara Parma Strasbourg na wano som agent di wo bia se World Cup wo be ko bi Argentina ni akota no wano som akopra ye Ghana na chese Mohamed Salisu aye ACL Kudus Mohamed aye hamstring komo ensom aye obi ajetero sa aye bibia ho Takumi Minamino ACL ebiam aye Wataru Endo no dia no so ye ankle World Cup Basat Nabri ensom anya Mazote ana chese kwada wo munyina no ensom abetimi me say World Cups omo a ebia miraculously omo betimi amaki aye tournament ne kra no omo num just a half of a day me so media to woni mi e wa bra no pay no yare am teta bana mam no we fa no say Mikel Arteta woni say Arteta no yes mo na say adwuma we yemfa chese gentle sam na aswaki kansham pampe na bia on sa hihyo botom na wugina touchline e bia coach bi ye bibia untimi respond no yemfa sa asem brame ho ase ana bia mempam ho asem encoach o na wo ya wonsua Josenom ana kloponom ana chese pop motimi kan sisi so na chese aso nyani pa kro ba hwe ne sese e wo de bra wo ye too gentle bema yenya sane no na obekasa new team nyina beka so sanka by now Arteta ka bibi na nka bi mu asai between onom and Pep na sanka ma tension aba na yi pressure e dey free ne nkwada no so na ma womom atimi anya chasa psychologically woma ye fit e dey abobonye san na ade bi ye around Arsenal bia no enom ana central for by discuss but the moment be onom manager na to bomb ba ko pa eno ana man for by discuss na man kwan ama boys ensom afa ho na omokobo na no game ni wie ya ataso mo hye Newcastle anu so ha ena de enso tap nkyane ojewo na omo goalkeeper no ni top no san ko di red card shero akabanya incident no ensom adjama manager for Arteta say no san ka kwan bia so ni top edi red ha na wo be ye we no afa ho di wo se we ena toso mi enu o wo mo ko Man City na no ya clear kai Hanford enya kwan ekọ yawo yare se Husanov ensom akana to referee so and Man City dia ana chese wo so Newcastle dia ni abia goalkeeper piaba na chese play e fan ho akwa goalkeeper no aso ni mo ayire no ensom edana to from way ayeden I just said your question and Arteta say was shasa incident to 10 times will be an wabetimi a convincing say any crime say I was say a red card a red card perfect now when your first time now ebisansi I was City Yentia Mikel Arteta manager and some Arsenal.
A red card. I have to say as well, in my opinion, it's a clear red card. I watched it 10 times. You have ever played football, it is a red card. It's the second time in 2 games, because against Manchester City, when Kai Havertz goes through and Kusanov's fouling 1-1, the title is there. It is a red card, guys. So these are the margins as well, and hopefully that's going to change. I have to say as well, in my opinion, it's a clear red card. I watched it 10 times. You have ever played football, it is a red card. It's the second time in 2 games, because against Manchester City, when Kai Havertz goes through and Kusanov's fouling 1-1, the title is there. It is a red card, guys. So these are the margins as well. And manager and Freddie Pemo Cancer Massa ABC and some our Man City who son of Fatiano, no some could red card, and I just any property, no some could also do red card. One can something you know, such as one who call Man City, Time and Bounce, Kusan of Janabino, Sanka referee, Emma Red. Sometime no bono aye 1-1 to the Wakara and Kadena Kebesie. No Saka Arsenal release a match and no and many channels some will pay more camp sending a Kuma Swasam and on some Citiana Manoka Sano Yamianama 16th of May and a final. Wembley, Abacosona, the Sky Blues of Man City, one of the Blues of Chelsea, Omomiano Gemino, and on some Abamaso wine here. Now we're Farisa Callum McFarlane or no interim coach. And so the Chelsea managers of Bo Enzo Fernandez Abasopa. Now one I buy no leadership qualities after Sanra what man of the match award. I was some match anymore was a boy no work rate. I was slow and as a Rhys James and one ma Nipa 1 year captain at Juma Papa and so I Enzo I did be naka I just manager no Bakwatano and some Abasosa Waya Juma Power Brande one of some I didn't coach never so say one more genius se babia wo mo do attention elko Chelsea our ability wo mo matches aka phone nyina no wo mo betimi a show bia wo mo bia wo ka ho e ma ye Chelsea o mo form matches no wo se fashion tirim sa wo mo betimi a show bia Chelsea no aye 4 games aka e wo Premier League ho ana answer now o mo do attention no and some elko yintie Callum McFarlane
been on a losing run, but one moment. Yeah, we spoke before the game. We spoke in the lead up to the game, that we've got a minimum of 5 games left, potentially 6 if we win against Leeds. And it's tough in this moment when you've been on a losing run, but one moment, one result, one performance can change that. And that's what we've been going after in terms of shifting the momentum in the group. And I did reinforce that at the end, but it goes without saying we're at Chelsea Football Club. We need to try and win every game, so that is our target from now to the end of the season. Yeah, we spoke before the game.
Interim coach and I'll tell you then accepts Emma said Nicolas Jackson because you can't catch what I said Bramuntin Fono Nana yes one exercise say option say one so Jackson stay na fe one I just property at the Amatimino now Jackson by return to Chelsea sir you only probably be our Omasha say what should you develop a bad ya na just no a downgrade on Jumelia Brontia your father say Nicolas Jackson ebedi de ma club no and Sankasia na bekodia Elliot Jackson eba new coach obeba no wo mo ne kwan na nka bia nipa na asase aye Jackson ya se bia coach no wo mo boy na este anaso mo nya ne kwama ne nko because me no kasai ye Newcastle o mo nyina no wo mo so mo Jackson and no aye experience when you e Premier League ne mo Nick Votamada wo mo be so mo ja ne kwan e ma ne ko ana mo to aye Isaac and some adena Liverpool no MCL so mo striker de baby yem Santoni Golden and so abaso ko at Newcastle and I say no worker club so mo pe any coach Jackson na just Newcastle team no wo some ababe abra again ya kwata no wo some adena baba say planet and squad young call I am Manchester City Namame City almost squad the Nathan Ake when say Ake metesa it's a zelia kono ebenya basu because papa there say one papa ya jumana say an ekwadia was sent papa baby fanti ye season Ake ebeko apart from Ake no when say Jamaican can say Nico Gonzalez I no some ball aye Rodri a position no metesa boy no so clubs one more Premier League and some panel and abuse our outside England. Also player your friend said Nico Gonzalez no me sure because outside Rodri one and our Bonti about the pass Manson Fanabeka from Jaisa Nico Gonzalez and some uncle now Matthew Kovacic I will tell in catch but report I mean can say Kovacic no yes pep I done pa Adeba Kwa Hawaii pra and our pra adechewa pra no ana aye problem na sakoba sebia Matthew Kovacic aye fit enkwandea wonom ka manager ne plans no ho enya de say Kovacic abe out in today am say wusu an wo so ho na wajai ama chesa ba man so die ensom aka e wa bra no pen no ye am tetene nyina deba Man City for no wonu so Bournemouth omakota no ye fa no Eli Junior Krupi akoda no so ba Premier League no be share semanyana na anu ya no wo ye adwuma pa na Junior Krupi enie ye kan last week ni say Mayu nom and just a host of clubs and so be sa akoda no wo mo so efa no bat me te say Man City for no so nya omope and they oko Bournemouth ebe ka tro so mo nton but say akoba say bia wo ba na abedi nkomodi a wo mo be so mo just from 80 million euros and ya chirei eho and mo be consider na just about 70 million pounds and over and I amount of Bournemouth ebe J and Sana Junior Eli Krupi Jai ama chesa kwatano wano som abana Isaac ekose go nano MC Liverpool fo nya bi shaya ama chesa yade sa akoda yi wo omunyina Florian Vertonghen ani ate wo munyina so nya bi sisa ya na manager fan sa ana slot say any day person wo bia hu eye dwumadi ankoda no betimi abona ade ba ko a ha twene say Alexander Isaac obi o ma mesene pa o ma fe no na onso moto no bai obe pry ana anya prano kwan so a wo bia no se anya process into the form no na ni wo se de wo se hu no na sanka Isaac ayo bia our form no an won prayer season we anya sei ananka Liverpool for season no eno so because akwara no de wo bia no so go shapa chances at Liverpool for enya in a game no mo Bobby to go no mo squander sa chances ni nyina no sanka Isaac an wo tire man ke bia by now no ye kra asahu for tinani ante say Isaac and some abba yentie coach I found say an a slot.
Did anyone ever thought we would say this 8 or 9 months ago, end of April, to say that Alexander Isak scored his first goal for Liverpool at Anfield? That sums up this season, of course, a lot. That an unbelievable striker has had such a long time with injuries, not being available to play, and now scoring his goal. But it's really nice that he scored one, because when we signed him, we knew he could score goals, and that's what he showed today. And many times this season we've had better chances than we had today. But yeah, that's why it's also too important to have players that can score also goals like this, because that can give you a big lift in a game, and that's what we've missed for 8 or 9 months because he wasn't available. And when he was available, as we all know, he was available, but wasn't at the level he can be. Did anyone ever thought we would say this?
Coach I found say and a slot on so ne tie na Mohamed Salah some Coco Pride unum say Salah tie no de scan no edi kadia ba em say we no air reporter scan edi ba trust aya cry na wo twem yensa na say no aya ne kan say 3 weeks edi e was more and some atena fie a wontimi mo bona say 3 weeks no you have 4 games to go until na say em say wonu abetimi anya game ba ku bia bo ansana one kasa bekra ay Anfield supporters one also akran to mo sure say one final game just one no final game Emma Liverpool a game against Brentford and no a match a player fan say Mosala ebe bon area 20 Van Dijk mo nyina no e wo gide say mo be bon area ma bobo ko ansana one so we say no na me no kasa no pa me stories no mo na so bai wonum say me no kasa say via team no na chasa bia one so ya club woman qualify for Champions League mathematically after some cobas enra woman some din kunim awa chasa mo match no mo answer omo form pao na de koba ni nyina no say enra no woman some aya juma omo ball 2-1 etia South Africa and no ana mathematically am qualify aya 99.99% matches aka so mo lose ni nyina kra na woman so nya qualify for aya UEFA Champions League Ghanaian pay no yare update and some by Antoine Griezmann and Griezmann say we game boss our prominent Arsenal ebe ball nyame ya doma na obi anzo ana on be kwa collusion ni atena Atletico from pan be bawo ebo game na be bawo fo bi anzo ana chese on be we an Atletico for no adan 3-2 na no ana wuni abeso chese na important game no no wo match against Arsenal and some aya not very important fixture anyame ya doma awasem almost so na fe woman some edin kunim our sama chenemo na report on me so can say manager fan say Diego Simeone answer American ba to gas Adamola Lookman a player woman ba so mo chasem say ni plano bed ono no doubtful Tebi Alexander Solofonom and Julian Alvarez mo de omo ya available but woman ya do betimi bi ante between ena enkoso chenam and ye be say bia Lookman ebe ball and say bia Adamola and some other course I out na maybe Canada pay say Marcus Rashford and some other Barcelona woman ya agree personal terms until 2030. Jack and Sabasa Beko Trescano and pay latest on say agreement to me and Karim say yes Rashford or you're willing to bet in sick and so and then Rashford the Barca and Chakwano Koye interview say hey I feel no the ancient crofo so no mo final modra woman to me show star be a ball rough say honum mentality a different to not just baby one na no nyina no mu dia grass o shaba ko na no atwetwe ni ka gbodo to as a dada ban ni ti dan ko ho a o ka se ti club na dia akoda no abaso tenam wabaso koso bo as ama team ya fan FC Barcelona ni tenai a so mo hwe na o mo so awie na me ka boss coach no wasam kire o And I pay say, Yabusan say, I da Sabasa bet to me at Jom League, our next game. And also we train El Clasico Elfie, no Masha Madrid, no I bear confirmed. As one magic and a coach in the son day. Well, Omon country now, or more bomb matches and alcohol. But Yamin said, can a boss a players in the day. Woman benya pa wo de wa hwene fe na hwene de sanka El Clasico mo chinkrofoi psychologically omo ye down no mo dufu omo awo kam you ho woman no mo sa somro mo wi a no ma ji omo ni e de gu omo so sanka basa place ni nyana nkomo pamo na anu ya no ye je title film nsama ye ya god of anamamo makwaje mo meda ye duru so a Mbappe se mo mesem ye nko na omo de omo mi Madrid for no pasa woman communist game Lucy Namianka against Aya Madrid our El Clasico woman Shankro and common sense Chisolo Kuno and woman so and we are dear Timono woman some other swoye now I will come say your tafe almost supporters no what Minama Aya Padri standing ovation a few and thanks you sir we a player no akwawe na ebia chese home supporters am standing ovation Ronaldinho nom anilio Messi nom ani chese Ronaldo nom amuna no mutanya bie ba Pedri ekwanya standing ovation and some our colleagues from Afonso ho eno ana coach Fanasa Flick ebe so chese akwada ne de bona ye the money dema na de ye tafe wo supporters ne ye no coach ne say nani asopa o ma kire say wo to bonus o ma kire fair play nani age because anya obi ya na tuminya standing ovation ewa way yentie coach Hansi Flick.
No, I think it's a huge fair play from the fans here, from Ritafen, and I think this is how Pedri plays, how his attitude is, his mentality is, how his quality is, and he show it here also. And I think respect from the opponent's supporters, it's amazing, and I was really happy for him. No, I think it's a huge fair play from the fans here, from Ritafen.
And some our show no sna me no kasa wonim sa na wo mo twen say be a player and fan sa I have Victor Munoz shadow gbama me Victor Munoz e bi mo a Sam Madrid aboy na wo bon mo Sasuna ya be kasa Madrid for say be kogodi and ten kokoda no more exercise say 8 million euros buyback now man confirm Victor Munoz and so adena bano wonim sa me no kasa Deco say ya say ya wade atwami Deco ne ayo buy agent akwakohia wo ma meeting ama report I'm inside can say boss of one so me be biafa Victor Munoz and some adenaba now also this time we play an mum and I bet you say be a Madrid and a ball and answer me come before fronty one more yard dada could say be Victor Munoz and so bet you say one ball a day ama Barcelona Timono ya train say Mbappe abekwa wo twa scanner one say Msano pay Mbappe akwa scan na scanner Mbappe so akwa na say confirmed say Mbappe wopra na me bekano repay say wo mo tibia bi say bi omo season asesem sa hwe enimu bia because aye dan am be trophyless no ebia Mbappe emobiem what about restain or yakwa World Cup ama France ama no na de menya no repay say wakwa scan na Madrid for ni hope say Mbappe ebeba back na El Clasico wanya bi abo because wama wo mo fu se bi anim kwase ebeba na obeme say Espanyol game no na chess next game against Espanyol de there akoda no som obenya mesesa game and some abekoso Edam Militao so omo twase this week ana Militao abekwa surgery na say da surgery no obenya baso Edam Militao tinya obonne wo pra de tia wo pra ne ade ama jamensa kan nyina no say wo besa akwa surgery ebie no and some kakra Militao de no e free ono so aso ye ede and ano person our show no onum say me no ka say Madrid epo coach no yes a time blood bill some ade aba say Argentina for coach we are fans Lionel Scaloni one ayobia yes Madrid and some ameki a direct contact just Lionel Scaloni omubusa sanya bia no say okọ World Cup no ba no kombe do so be coach Madrid and as on mete say direct aye talks and some akoso Real Madrid omoni abrepa omo pobi obetimi ama tim na sorry and some ade John now so ebiem na me no kasai omo training session ekoso na training session ekoso no nyina no report am san kan say avaro abalwa omo say e do obeko na kono eye bi mu de
ɛna nya bi mu nso de ɔmo enyo ɔmo de no report amenya no sara Vinicius Junior fu say and the coach and fans are Bello when you 13 goals wonum say Bello buy M7 no ahye goals no draw che say when you form pa na yes locker room ɔmo support we fans are for Bello no wo mo che say table Courtois one Federico Valverde eka ho Antonio Rudiger Eshem Aurelien Chouameni Eko Jude Bellingham Ewom Anafe Arda Gulesh Omunyina no womo support Avera Bello Vini ne say we number 1 supporter nipa waje atinam pampe as ye ka say no wono saka Abelwa wono saka ono Vini nipa waje atinam pa no ensom Vinicius ono ana chess we number 1 fan anasa supporter ensom adema coach no na metikwa se Vini benya na nka momo nkofa coach bia maba bia hwinsi de hia no so be start next season yes answer this season no ma kachi na nda Belwa no be ko comment Vini de we benya kwa na chesanka Belwa no ensom abeto aso stay na fe wono aye adwuma de amatim no and on the other side Mbappe enso jiri pass and Alonso no na no be ko kama party man wo show goals any ade Belwa ba ye wo hunu yoma so na boys no bi hwe o mu hwe bi mu nya ball na wo mu mposo mbe pass answer person minkum nya bi ni ade ye wie ni ye game na nkoya ana ayin Mbappe no mo kofa ne baye no ana o man ye Champions League ana o baye ana ye ntimi nje wo yo wa ya sa yes boy no enso ajiri ba so onye problem o Tom mwana mo ye selfish amunya bona mo mpase bi mo enso ahie mu digu mu twawata acha some money more fomu kra enti ono so na Belwa de onyini ye kra sa Belwa yo bi obetimi abrama aye tim no afa no ntoma pade afra ni nyina no ensom aye kakra fi amaso ye ensom abaye nko aye Paris Saint-Germain wonum sa Paris Saint-Germain to me no kasa no wo mu ye training na omu training na ebaso no good news sala mekano no page na was metesa na Vitinha ebe training no wonum sa Vitinha omu ba training no dim den unu ebe training atwasa nyame ya mo tena Vitinha eyo bi abon no anu so ebe bobi na chesa bemanie na chesa otena dem sa ampaya ebe dwa Paris Saint-Germain team wey wo mo ne ba mo nti won wo tena no wonom ebe di kan 2 ne 9 bako ensom ade si final nti Paris Saint-Germain na omo tron number be no na chesa president owura fa no say Sheikh Nasser Al Khelaifi na owo ho ana chesa Luis Campos ano ensom awo ho a wo mo nyina community sadie ayo mu training no ane so ebesi akowei aye build up to watchna nyame ya mo game a wo mo ane ba mo chin ebebo mete say de obeka coach no ho ama on Luis Enrique abe press conference anumrei aye Richard Kvaratskhelia also by no form aye kama pa enti Kvaratskhelia ane manager no wo mo mienum ane beba ba ne kan say pre-matcha ye dey aye update no ema on no pay enso awo show so ye kan ba mo chin tim no wonum sam amu training yaba studios no na chese ban for training na shase a woma kwara na fan sa Carl Lenart akwara no one training Tom Biscoff wonum som anya training Serge Gnabry enim ana Rafael Guerreiro wono so nkao goalkeeper zen all right amunyina no ensom nkao na just automatically womo ba me say ayesa otena game no ensom abekoso ewa brene no womo wie training no metu medical ya tena with the man say womo kwa drew aye pari womo team bass no edika e wo say train afi efa boys airport na adia wa bra no nyina no ensom aye kakra no ensom abana onum say Napoli team no so can say Napoli on sa Colombia ni akwada na fan sa Richard Rios obakaina okay say Club World Cup no board ma Palmeiras and omuwie no Benfica be fan after just one season Napoli for ni in fact omo monitor be say 3 times and now ye ka say Napoli for be say omo de bid and so ekọ na Richard Rios omo fa akwada we and so every Benfica emane ba na mekatro no pesa Luka Modric ayo bi ono so anya problem na Modric a problem no say okowiem wone Manuel Locatelli na cheso muti and so okobom na ana otinbom etini bon wi mo omudi ko na say Locatelli afe aye Modric etini ho na say same Manuel Locatelli say Modric catch and say uti adin papa ana ya bo ana so catch Modric so uti adin pa obi a 40 na
utia gase sano acha so munyino bia tia but Modric mom anana chese asa dena desino na no so chi no ama chese no nyina chimeka twa wo so very okay or fit our bra bibia ni ho concern bia no chese no aye good news and some adama assemble timna and no aye update ba ho sem no nyina no yete ema yete for enano pay and some our shows intadie coach na say our some rapping your up Christian Tifu was some next game another opportunity the mom say 1 minute 3 points so no aye omo she tu na omo ma kwam opponent tete hwe si bi colleague omo na agent Tifu asenya afena mo bebo bena league the there woman so abaje aye ye first na afema kwama bedwa from na ye nto aso wey aye Wontumi sports buffet ye to aso
about because of the consultation now
free
well yemra yen amuzu p question of the day as well Dr. Amuzu Adaramana a day question of the day and so emana infection drone no any bomori anso be pebi and so atona we your ban so e bema we infected what drone amuzu p help al mixture nuaba no ninches nuano ehini ni wo mu pa na momfa question of the day na mame ye bisa say midfielders ye say one has to go T and answer one has to leave emu hwan ana wo hye na go Declan Rice Pedri Enzo Fernandez ana Vitinha mu hwan ana wo hye na go one has to leave hwan kabo
wo eno a message no enti yen kan bie Yaya Adams champion phobia said Declan Rice ana say ejano kwan e ma no ko AMG Molly say Enzo greetings to fans
ya kugu ne na kakra ye kwan so ya afede pemu
nanu ya
mo cha mo ma ye ni akoko and see bring it's because afini pemu it feels like a joke
but me na
adru ya I didn't see the on say definitely and check if I said the bring for but yeah near kono day by day the pandemic ti on a couple months na mo kan na me de pa so one hwe me ya ade ya che okra no a obeka say wa sorry na o but so denya ko pass couple asem no ko committee mu ya
that's right Mike na bibi aku dey
fast nyame ado bibi ai kam
nice one wo the radius say ma yenyina ya hoden yemre new yenante.
All right, so various leagues to us, so of course Pep Guardiola so FA Cup game na cost no komo ye hunana pa komo ye hunana but he had to make a trick if you debate me back quickly na enema at me are falling in his favor. It was a tough game for Pep Guardiola. How on a game ne kono it feels like as a surrounding cry no man call relegation no and Pep Guardiola did so well to turn the fortunes of the game in his favor but I know to me a major topic in it still has to happen around Mikel Arteta. This weekend I had a very different angle to this whole conversation. We haven't been really fair. Analysts neutrals no be and you fair to Mikel Arteta but I want to listen to one guy be after say Arsenal the ball no two neta your point game no Mikel Arteta celebration no about the first thing he spoke of was the fact that Mikel Arteta celebration I'm say yes me who there's one guy in the UK who reacted to just the celebration as one kind of say I didn't nipa yepe enim pa say of the Premiership. But no ankasa no said the YouTuber ya na obi aye ye ne de kakrakra no so edi so a oye bia. Oti in the substance of an assembly. Opeso chese ma Mikel Arteta and celebrity. Now Premier League no be cut down to the wire. The splitting points no be very very slim margin. Now no margin no oka kwesi so say e beti be kwa goal difference. So goal difference there. Why are you celebrating 3 points against Newcastle? Okay, a bit me a goal margin, a bit me a slim margin. Has that problem arrived
in Rio?
Now, and come to show you back about criticizing you. I win and I'm relieved. What's the mean celebrating because there's a problem here made from you. And just at this point to crowd say no
and I sitting on some money their crown share.
No way. And to be very honest, yeah, broso.
Wontumi.
Yeah, broso. Yeah, to be very honest, yeah, broso. Let me tell you this. Arsenal team, exceptional player, when we speak of exceptionality, when the was Arsenal team, maybe so be buame. Ya na your team for touch but make emotion ya come ha. When we speak of exceptional player,
yeah,
I want to understand that one our Arsenal team you are speaking with exceptionality. It comes from the word accept. Accept means who will be unique. I want to understand one our Arsenal team. Only say pressure na demo money nyina and yes squad in o. And yes squad in me call Paris Saint-Germain. Obebo Ousmane Dembele or exceptional player. Obenya so bi o Arsenal. Vitinha. Obenya so bi o Arsenal. Me mo Kvara me free PSG. Me Babasa, me bo Rafinha. Ebi o Arsenal. Me bo Lamine, ebi o Arsenal.
Arsenal de Bukayo.
Go to Bayern. We are talking about Luis Diaz. I feel Fabio winning the other one here. Hurricane. Me more Lise Dean can me ponu 2. Me more Lise Dean me can ho ya. Na man come na wa. Me call Bayern me fa Valverde. Na ma fa Mbappe.
Madrid no.
Yeah. Madrid no. Mami fa Vinicius ento ho no. So pressure na dem Arsenal. No one. It's about the quality of the squad. Is it about the squad being a squad that move fade ya kwa yem hihie or it's about who tina ebo Arsenal pressure no yem yen komo no it's about who tina ebo Arsenal pressure no almost into I'm not seeing to anything that happens to Arsenal the tina ebo Arsenal pressure yeah it will always go down to coaching India the India Arsenal winning Mikel Arteta chair of Adjustment 2019 Arsenal winning mama the budget kakraka o can say we mean we are why give me one reason why say Arsenal pressure and look England or the BGG trophies no we mu na emre squad we are Pep Ukraine some enyo my game no na squad na ma Nunez mo bono mo Nunez o men kal waka o she Nikomu Vini Rodrigo credit form. Rodrigo, you know he's not in form. He can't complain 90 minutes for Pep Guardiola. Not will be able to support him. So Pep is arguably the weakest squad and the AFC or they had it. But why do we feel say it has to be a must at a Tangi trophy? Other than that, he's a failure. So squad way now they can't mean Odegaard more you're just regular players. So regular players. Eze. I don't free Crystal Palace by now. At the elite level of the game, he hasn't been there. Pressure be a Arsenal, be the coach in India. Apart from the coach, budget Diamano, they didn't say Arsenal coach maybe. Odegaard in here, Zubimendi, Pierre in Capine, Calafiorimo. These are not elite class of squads. Obekasa coach no 1 year we failure. Shadi bi ha from 2006-7 hono we say 2012 Chelsea squad no. And yet prime and we the Champions League no. But we felt at that time say so man GB o failure. But what men come on say?
Yeah.
Who can tell me Arsenal squad we say Angie Premiership no we failure? Chelsea squad from 2006-2007 Essien Balak mo squad no the buy no. Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, Modi, Carvalho, squad. No, we thought say squad we dear so one time to me and crown our squad me. Mikel Bene Hazard, them like Chomeshemu. But yeah, you say someone to me and GB video we failure. JT Kobo Panete no church or Abramovich Hormono. They will say, oh, this could have been a trophy for them. They were coming. I won't cook for Mukra, no budget trophy. Anything I'm conforming breakers at the Batio Crown, BBA. Boys, now no so primed. So my GBB. Arsenal squad we prime in Trossard Martinelli we prime way. When were they assembled? But it is a fact that Mikel Arteta changing from Aubameyang, Moni Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, Mohoba. But what I say? So yes, opening what GBB. Apart from the opening now, you can never speak anything about this squad. Jokeris. Up about top number 9 say o game.
afi kromo nyom be santon
weekend we me shade any din am say we are demanding because we have game against Lucas Drew baby no now omo bre Drew baby no omo bre they can't create anything no omo born in your fair as a born you can't see any identity. This is a team almost a full season. There be a Saliba, Gabriel Mienu 4 and 5. We know how now Moscara typical right back. Actually, they were Chama center backs. But what has been their core identity? This is why their game style has always been revolving around set pieces, dead ball situations. Go no munyati Newcastle now. Shadrack and Fabon into Senegal.
Short corner.
It came as a result of 3 different sequences of corners, or accentuating the position of Eberechieze. Shadia waha. Onko corner ho. On short corner no. We no. The hold the ball no. Odegaard no. Onyo na irrelevant no. Odegaard ne manipulator. In the system of this short corner kick, you know, omu design no dressing more training grounds aye ni ho ba ye kan pair they are breaking it down.
Okay.
Odegaard no be ball no na chichire ye no she 80 years or manipulator. Manipulator nature say the movement no will deceive somebody into creating a space in the box. Nkrofona kwasha box no. Short corner means ball near more go straight from Babia Madueke or Sakaya no mujina. Short corner no you dey split it or you create pocket. My pocket in me akese. Kukuru but Odegaard is a manipulator. The real substance of this corner eh better cheesy because it be born na mienu. Into arc na chi wo twen corner no. Ona dey see na so. System na nkasa respect no corner we say. Into arc na chi wo no. Omo corner no 3 times. Third one on the debate. Even second one follow or low shot. If I put in check, Shadrack can release the play button on the shadi. And yo, I am saying this say, Timwa ko Jema Bihu, Timwa Abo Sizi ya majusomo you know. We are still not talking about an established number 9. Even though we find the buy crana yo, GD and Shedden in the Musa. Let me Busama say, oh, it be killer teta pressure. I did bono pano. A says video na near the bond was paying so the Champions League. So okay. Say oh Javi what you be paying? Oh Joronia Casifone J and choose free answer about the hour of your Europe. That was forgetting the materials and our yes is a fire Europe. Okay Europe akoye day. Ibako good anymore say. This we call a team and kaya kameno a pep the club drum and asu no mu. But I'm telling you, say, Ateta and the boys will come here third. Come here contenders this season. Oh, Klopp Liverpool no. Klopp Firmino mo attack in America. You Luis Diaz mo dey no.
Man mo
attack no. Arsenal team will be break. They had an established trio. One number 9 Arsenal to be established no yaw. They had an established trio me and son we fixed. It will free baby now about this. I mean, say we are the best. I just back up eco suspension or something. Tactically, be and for be home. Me and Sana establish it. Yo, who is this Arsenal striker? Can I him? The boys even don't trust him. Boy, I could be on. Who would Odegaard the year no ya Kabija? Who would Odegaard passing? Or should anybody do on for one man? You don't have a respectable number 9. Yo, my main can't say we insist so. A very difficult. Say Mikel Arteta bet me at the Champions League, you know. With the presence of buying no, and then PSG team no, a very difficult task to beat the Champions League. And it's just gonna be go and when you hear well no once a one for on your wearing a Seneca beam short corner no manipulator remember, but they just need to ignore him, set up this guy so that he can get a goal. And even EPL for now, I believe in that. We make a 5 video free premiership.
Initially, Krana Arsenal supporters Nanka say frustrated. So I don't know more ball short corner, no more mad than him. And Sana, I'm saying we're resorting go no muzo. Say how many players in your way. Yeah, corner no bonnet and say bet you box. It won't cast of one. Oh wow. Boy, yeah, before results be banu hunu. Yeah, now what if fan? What if fans coach we do our bon be coach Michael say guy be ojina kan tenechi. Boy na cost no car last 10 minutes no. Michael say or friend Michael say 50,000. Finally we try was say wo me na make catch wa bon pa.
me see utre wu papa na de obehu e free stadium ho kwa okotwa ne stadium na chiwa sa de aka nyina so no so yaw corner kick no onye technical guy but the word that we use to say Newcastle for no omowo 1.94 do tia cry 1.91 omo box no nti so obobo no kwa tenten a obokọ kwa obo keeper no very strong obo fast body na so as I say obo shot no on say no na bie box room e ba ni say na beat hu ba bi a ball na eko. This is how Arsenal got that maximum 3 points. Editia Newcastle omonyi am goals nyina. So yaw me mabusa bebreu. Whoever is saying say yaw SSM Mikel Arteta J EPL SSL Champions League no. E say nipa no to no bo ase no understand say sometimes there are times I will be a top quality side. Our coach no sa so onim die bebre. He say Paris Saint-Germain squad na sa coach omo. E dey na mo bre wo ho. And I know Panifol was said no so here. Also a few adjustments. But Mikel Arteta, he will be going to the market to look for a new starting number 9.
Yeah.
Not a deputy number 9. Wako Juma ko Diego. Na kanya jokers akoko fa Shesko the number. Imagine this. Shesko can't even go as a starter for Manchester United without a regular number 9. I feel no so per feet or premiership room. And you want to win with jokers. Look at all this pressure. So, it's a guy no God but kase Mikel Arteta celebrated 3 points ah ya wonim de work bia menim se be brano ma hwe ba kwa ka ho Champions League ne ba Yakopo ya admo china me ya se company Pep stop no na Luis Enrique would di Pep Guardiola na mo achi in terms of coaching no on say Pep just 60 but within the 60 we kind of trouble no we so ba bejibi Oje no hwe adwuma wo Paris. People have even forgotten say wo adwuma e wo Barca. Everything has really refreshed. But this is the case. The Champions League no nyame adom ochina no yawo. Be ba be hwe game no from a very different angle altogether. But the day ba kwa me person me te ho na me gya to ho no boko no say Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique be schooly company yankopo ya adom ochina. Listen to the word that me you see. Obe schooly no. Unim do de no game no be attack a brilliant obia method a brilliant defense be define the game no the defense no de Luis Enrique be company obema company abanim by starting Vitinha as a center back. Number watching Vitinha will start as a makeshift center back. You be kwa Pacho and the Marquinhos on be split it. Na Vitinha ba be show na a free back we e be twi company aba e twi company ba be create space on echi ma me fan to say na me nchiro bo be si ambo
wo me da say me ba eye me za ho na afi Mike Abana Newton. If Arsenal had continued their splendid form that they had from August to December, the squad could have been compared to PSG, Bayern, Barcelona. They've really gone down pa and I say on one say form swat to cry.
Oh yeah, Odibim. But we do for baby. Media now some make individually exceptional players.
Yeah.
But don't treat the squad no form
as a unit.
As a unit. And yeah, Odibim wo because every season your baby are burning off. Every season your baby.
This season crack Champions League group phase now. Yeah, company crackers are the best.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola became the best in Europe because
as a unit.
Yeah,
and I'm saying say every season your baby are burning out.
Hey, almost still a lose game,
but after 12,
yeah, you only unbeaten us now.
Europe, no.
Yeah,
but for now,
so now we can individual.
Yeah, but for now, make it crackers and be. I say for your money lose game. Even with that winning streak or about form streak, you know. 4 na aka me boa buying PSG ATM
basisi a wo kan
make him me mind you know why not obeti aka so obeje 4 no 4 aka 4 pe so obedi Arsenal beto no
me no apart from Atletico mama ko bia wetimi ache
Atletico grand way in a film
oh yeah on
me the 4 na aka Arsenal and the bottom
okay wo meza
yes my initiative for bi na Guardiola na makohu ni nkomo bi From Germany, and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge so did come about Vincent Kompany. Now, Omukobusa Karl-Heinz Rummenigge said Vincent Kompany is a season where we are. Na ne season baso Guardiola could dim komo. Sanka Manchester City team no mo fama company number adwuma ne mfanya day emfama omo. Now take Karl-Heinz Rummenigge and come na wodi na. O say company ete 4 houses before answer na dey na ba bedru so. Na company man ne nananom le school. Na omoniji wo krumo pa. Besides company ni so ba Munich no. And you're my father mano, a coye de mano. It's the nice or 3 years ago, could be catch us a company, come Manchester City ne by Munich. Obia be prese. Bakum run the team, or no son Tanabacon son cha. Ya could be and Jim did that. But you ask yourself a lot of questions that after Pep Guardiola, what does Manchester City want to do? Normally, the most difficult thing any team can do is to replace certain coaches on certain standards. A best is a club, no, a shebribi at some point in time. Is it? Yow, and your mommy and son, and a tembia winner a top quality coach, not so free team more for us spending a number of years not dominated or fruit to my man for Taika. 1. And yes, Hannah coach will know how no bubble. So they will criticize the style of play, no matter how good it is. Number 2, player will say as a coach we as and the performance go from kakra. Wontumi mobo no. They will criticize you if there is a drop in form of any player within the setup. Yaw, they are toso me ensa. Guardiola wa hasi aka trophy weke easy kra mayo. So the standards they set no. One sheni year. No matter how good you bring in any manager into that dressing room, about to say Oliver Twist, no, they will always ask for more.
Yes.
Manchester United, more from Bonin every 2 minutes be an Alex Ferguson. And a Ferguson time ye any say. And a Manchester United DNA near Bonnie say. And I say, Yow, Barcelona. Sankoma mu money and tian you may be in Javi Kwama Javi free team ni mo anko akombebre. Ombe legend. Oh Kules. Oh yeah, oh hello Kules. Be legend. Oh Javi. Oh na Javi de born no oh Javi de. Nan komo de sa. Nanka team the cast abem. But then Barca took the right opportunity to say okay fine. About total football. You know, you look at the philosophy of German coaches and look at the philosophy of Barcelona coaches. Barcelona and Dutch, they are linked. It is uncommon just have you quite. I also move pro be our true and true Catalonia. And I say, be all the background of Dutch football. No, due to your handcraft, no matter what they are attaching. But they changed their approach and said, okay, fine. You go Germany. You go for Hansi Flick in Fanembra. The rest is history. Iti Guardiola ni free one ko na City entimi antoto because eno me head you know Gina touchline na wo ye Chichi Daniel Rangers ba no aso ni ti no enyom wo ye ni nyina no he will be remembered for some of these things that should come in no Nipano Sporting director has a huge job to psych the supporters psych obi or part of the team mobi antene ho ase say this is not going to be Guardiola's Manchester City anymore. Compare so better na say I didn't know who said there be shoes we say me na ko shemu a it is a challenging me can say ade ompe a challenge man obe feel okay I've done the Bayern Munich job City be lifting me to a different level. I'm not saying say City change Bayern Munich but I'm only saying say what coach City what coach Bayern it puts you
Premier League attraction
all of these things are top there. What's what about City team da what the league I hold the Manchester City. So you might realize opportunities. Okay, wait there.
Wontumi.
But now, there's one thing I believe Bayern Munich can do for Vincent Kompany, and that is what they've done for him. Yeah, or not being so. Many also job security. Papa Bia or one change said the Vincent Kompany acquire or Bayern Munich awonya. Oh, press conference. I was sporting director to change. Who honestly defendo. What here the last statement I can't has Rummenigge can. I said nobody within the Bayern Munich team. And important a change the head coach. These are people who want to buy many say no single person is important than the head coach. Player Ben Apa and Fama, Yama Michael Luis, Amunya Madrid or Monaco, Luis Diaz, and they come up and to the God inside Nabecam. Omama Hurricane. If buying goals and the assurance of winning dominant trophies after Guardiola, Obobusa said the platform is enough to give you a lot of trophies to say the Bayern Munich the Bema.
Yes.
These are questions, legitimate questions which company na Abebusano. And when you get trouble now, I ran your money now to be trapped. Or better to us because Bayern Munich and the Shebrand is yaw. It to be a beyond the was no matter how attractive the offer is. That is how life is. And you be beyond your 10 years ago. Tina whoopie now could diagram now a catcher or say, Nipa Sumesi and Nipa Bentin. Mino can say, ya come the woo, Oko de beyond your Dianidi. Mama may say, I meant time to now, we didn't have for Kobobu when yet. It is not every soil that is good enough for you to grow and bear fruit. I think for Vincent Company, Bayern Munich, SUTino. Bibia ko ye de ma no
perfect marriage.
Perfect marriage.
So to me trouble no.
Ontena de be no nwe no hudi. Ebi na kwato Alonso no. Real Madrid. Not every soil will help you germinate and grow and become a better fruit. Because Alonso no start and yes Alonso a bad coach. Ruben Amorim so the same situation. It's not like these coaches are bad coaches. Benya Sasibia na ekoso ye kodua de. Ebi wa wudua be fufu ayi. Nkasa na wo na sise so na sifako. Now, Mahu say, I'm for bu of Kylian Mbappe, especially a section of Real Madrid fans.
Almost say, almost prefer so almost the Vini, call war 2. So almost Mbappe, war. That is the dressing room. Dressing room, because I was there for weeks. Now me say, Mbappe no feel say players no be asa.
Oh, so for the past 3 days,
for 1 month there, like you'll be
doing
yeah. So on no feel so on no problem.
I no pay crack about
because yeah, we go Spain. Some say more na say on na yes, we could find Mbappe, but the any Barca more woo. Omo ma Kenya na mpe be ntina. We say obi aso na problem. No so sure say he's been scoring. Continue no.
Yeah, Mbappe nkomo no aye ding. Se obedi. The amount komoni nyina aye ding nyina na ye say obi a ogina fa bi say wo Mbappe wo ba in the club no yakọ trophies 2 seasons bia na wo na amwae bia nipa kono ntimi di na chine. Oh yes. Because ansa na wo beba Real Madrid no. Na Real Madrid are the Champions League meboa. With Vinicius and Rodrigo mo meboa.
Jude so first season
obeje league. Champions League, but some Swatch League ni be within that time frame and ameboa. So Real Madrid team ni before Kylian Mbappe. Na omunko 2 seasons trophyless gidi abura dwen ntiase so at least omu Super Copa de España bia na Club World Cup didi e. Yaw. By Mbappe ne baye you know. Real Madrid supporters ni kokwa pai ebi mu, I mean use the word ebinom enye omu nyina. It is a obi raise that particular argument. You agree with him because the trend and the fact remains that Kylian Mbappe joining Real Madrid no omonje Champions League, omonje League, and oba and the team ni asesa how many coaches yaw. Onyombe yadre. A session of Real Madrid fans who jina baby catch or say Kylian Mbappe buy no onya untimi fa bibia amfa hye because team ni say e from dada. Because Oja Cruz kwan Uja Modric kwan. Na wunya the injury situation at Real Madrid enya this season ya. And the kind of players are Florentino Perez Marcos in Samba team ni mo a team ni ntimi fa nto mapa mfa mfira. Yaw, you would agree with them. Iti ama ne nkomo na ye bibia wo ho kakra. But tembian we need to find the right balance. I say of our 19 kro no. Yaw, wa mi akro na sei. Ebe bon, ebe basa, ebe peche. Umi aso a wafase so kam aje wafa wu pram yo sana Kylian Mbappe issue netie. Finding the perfect balance we need to come with the kind of manager you appoint. Yaw me hu se masafo akoye story na no pese Vinicius Junior so no nya ya kabelu antena. Na metie nkomo ni din die nti opese abelu atena na o se Alonso ne baaye no na Alonso ni Mbappe ni nipa abelu an so baaye no abelu aso ni papa ni vi. Look at this. Mbappe hasn't also helped himself this season. Me bufu. I think game by no more qualifier the return leg against Manchester City. And then against Manchester City no munyina ba the return leg no. First leg no Madrid year Jumani omo year Jumani we na. You see all of these guys no more prepare at that time. Na Mbappe pra. Na Jude Bellingham pra. And there were other injuries attached to it. Omo ba na. And I think that weekend they had a crucial game to play against Atletico Madrid in the league. It's me come better because na mo game where Amuni City where most of them was akobo return leg and mo ntwe na nka mo kobo. The big boys will be boy. So it looks like when things are off for Real Madrid, you don't see Mbappe this season. It looks like when things are bad for Real Madrid, Mbappe. A fire form ni yes e banana Mbappe saba ne ho atono. Because before Mbappe got injured no nyama bi ko basa omo ko be 2 or 3 matches bi na nyama basa nti no mo winning be 5 games to asaman forecast without Mbappe they are winning games. Am obaye oboboy na nyama sa call from kakra ana nei wo hunu say there is no league league no Real Madrid ntimi competing koje he knows onim eti obesa de no ho asi nchen bi no treated the way no train do World Cup na wasakobo. So if Real Madrid supporters say they want to go to war with Vinicius Jr., you wouldn't doubt them because availability is very important in the context of discussing who goes to war for you. The obako konto kwa ma no se tembia no dwane ntokwa na den de ma. Nemmom the okunu mu ye din bia na onfa na nimu ntete da bia no de na nimba pia ba aba be sombi no ona de bia odo ho beto no so. And I think that is where Real Madrid supporters are now. But me, the problem is not Kylian Mbappe. The problem is not Vinicius Jr. alone. They need a manager and a proper one that will stabilize a lot of things in the dressing room. That team need the perfect balance to get results. And yes, but who saw a story about Lionel Scaloni? You look at Argentina national team and how they've been able to handle the dressing room. And I think key part of it is certain experienced players be almost over dressing room more. Because there's Lionel Messi, who is Lionel Messi, there's Nicolas Otamendi. Emiliano Martinez or dressing room. So they are big boys over you come Rodrigo Di Paul in our dressing room. You come and meet them. It's a Madumano, so Real Madrid say how ready you will be able to handle the dressing room and tactically bring the best out of these players. Me check a fiscal list in the for between Arsenal and Manchester City. Or corner dear, me makase Arsenal for them. How they will be able to score more goals. They also need issue and they can have it to swap kupra. Have it to swap kupra. But Mikel Arteta baby are doing 4 games and he doesn't care. Can be the first word the that is how he's supposed to do it and going for a run.
Is it the most important thing I say Obenya 3 points?
But my D Arsenal attack no shamopa. Or my disappointed Arteta. Especially boys now. Okofo mobile say mo be backup. Look how bit say Madwiki behind Bukayo Saka. Omo disappointing Mikel Arteta. You see, any the bia na ya Arteta wo. Yeah, the sheer brilliance to do a lot. What me any dina. What me any dina was a lot of questions.
Chelsea for say mo fa Madwiki, Pedro Neto so so Arsenal for the same.
Madwiki. Mo no nko a mo me.
Oh, here obi on the
Madwiki ball no.
Oh here.
On the Pedro Neto. Neto that left. Now Madwiki that right. The Arsenal yeah no.
Because no. Mike, you see, there are certain attacking patterns that need cohesion and intelligence in terms of movement. We're attacking front four now. You see, Eze and have it bobo no. For the first few minutes, you saw how now Arsenal team created 1 or 2 chances be. Then Eze Krane Odegaard ball against Manchester City. You look at proper players, how much creative enough. I think Andrew Beta will do my in terms of Arsenal front four. Now we City front four, no have do more moye. Hesheki, Shodoku, Hesemenyo, Shelling Haaland. And now game nimu ya den or say who for the free. No the doku ba emeboa. Why no say Kovacic who free. No the wingers na be shishe or the Erling Haaland so be shame. Oba na be take na 2-1. But you ask yourself, Arsenal ni mu Bukayo Saka ni when you me makacho say Martinelli mo ball no a bench ball. Yeah, you can argue with me for 10 billion years, but this is my opinion.
See for Martinelli in G League.
There be yaw. I agree because ne Saka muni hono. I was a woman a team this year on Asubo. But Mona Munya me ask say Eze afa form na Eze is a crazy no kota use no left wing go. E ho na Martinelli position. Ota use Eze. Mona Eze ase. Munda Havertz na me ya because Havertz has been very instrumental for Arsenal in the last 4 games. Very instrumental. And their quest to win the league, you know, couldn't be push you over the line. Enzo Fernandez say Yama Liam Resne says Sifom. It's a Chelsea form could din a chinina say Unia Wakasetia club near benching no. And I told the day in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Unia now captain someone as who go there.
Casa.
Yo. On a betambo yidi boy about to net. And I think for Chelsea, they can't afford to have a bad. You see, yow, per the investment they've done, per a lot of things they've done, maybe a season, you know, say players ne bomb more. It's not about the coach who's on a bench. Okay. And I think that was a very good result for Chelsea going into the final. But I saw Mbejene there.
Mate.
Wow.
Now, Mike Maradona Joseph essay. To unlock Madueke potential, you need Nicholas Jackson in your team. Arsenal, over to you. Mike.
Oh, and I said Jackson numbers were generated in 2 seasons, you know. And yes, I said Arsenal strikers, yeah, man, numbers EB. So, pure
Jackson, they say, I no boy.
They say,
but some develop.
But the season, so you know, my double figures.
Double figures.
And teaming Kayas now, maybe I stand to be corrected, though, but met me a boy. But the perfect combination here was a Madueke left-footed player. It was a boy inverted on the right. Now the Neto only a direct left. Oh, the Neto left flanker. Omunko Mikalesa. Iti we cover. Arsenal attack never explosive.
Hey,
oh, David. Arsenal attack then here. Omu explosiveness. And speed direct. Omu create chances nugumsa. Madueke right, Neto left. Na Nyakopon ya dom no musa so nya Jackson to Delavo. Debbie Jackson. Delavo de nye. Ngioke scroll mu so na. To the Jackson so toa. Oh, chairman. Maybe I better come, but that's on the lighter side. That's not for no. Hey, I grow yedi. Hey, I grow yedi. But it will be wonderful, mum. Mo try will game mun share. Neto left, Madueke right. Yes,
plus all PS5 now about game manager, football manager. Not why
simple. But Chelsea's season is done. Champions League need your mumbobi. Yeah, Chelsea won't play Champions League football next season. Check a point build up. Chelsea are 10 points adrift. The last Champions League qualification spot, 58 points. Aston Villa, Meboa. Liverpool 58 points. Manchester United with 1 more game to play than all the other teams. No, honestly, you're saying 58 points. If United win today, Omobeko 61. Brighton, no, that set position, no, over 50 points. Assuming, say Brighton winning all the matches now, Obeko 62. Man, you winning and that, 61. It means your Kekako threshold be. If Brighton can qualify for the Champions League, I was so onya 62 points. No, a year will be a compromise. Liverpool 58. Aston Villa 58. Man U, assuming they win Omu game in that 61. Omunya 3 points can one. It will be how many? Man U will move to 64. Brighton cannot catch up. Aston Villa nya 3 points can one. Ebes in 61. Then Liverpool 61. That is if they suffer their worst form in 4 matches. So Brighton, the wire there is 62. It means the average performance of Aston Villa and Liverpool, no, Brighton's excellent run and I say a more perfect run to finish the season, no, might not even match them. My Aston Villa 4 points, or can't 58 no, I say 62. My Liverpool 4 points, I can't say 62. Goal difference. goals scored. So the odds are stacked against Brighton. Now Chelsea won here. Brighton home come crown iron right. Not Chelsea dying. Chelsea were 48. So it means Chelsea will need to win all their matches. No matter what say, better tell more almost 20 points. Not drop points. Oh, you better tell more points. So Aston Villa 5 points. They are done. Liverpool 5 points. They are done. And the crown might be enough. And Chelsea will need to win all their matches. Or winning in our crown the man. So Chelsea are done for Champions League. Don't qualify. The calculations, the mathematics, Chelsea won't qualify for the Champions League. Away from that, and then what happens to Chelsea next season? Unless the Chelsea season would have been brighter if the planning and the decision making at the top, Oman sabotage the Omoye Park as well. They would have had a very good season. Can they discuss this? One, why am I saying this? Shadrack Mbwaye, who are Chelsea sporting directors, they are a 5-member committee there. They are responsible for the big decisions. And so Chelsea has a big sporting leadership structure. Paul Winstanley, or a co-sporting director. Lauren Stewart, co-sporting director. Joe Shields is a recruitment lead. Sam Jewell, a head of recruitment. And David Fallows, in charge of scouting and data lead. Inti, so Chelsea couple player, yes, scouting players in the list na available. The data no, a Signasi and Tonic and David Fallows, and a generates our data nina. On a head that structure. So these are the key guys taking strategic and critical decisions for Chelsea in terms of squad building and squad planning. Jamaica said Chelsea had a great end to last season. No, with winning the Club World Championship against Paris Saint-Germain. Now you build on that success. Okay, then let's scrutinize as to whether Chelsea build on that success, and I said they rather jeopardized what they were building. Mr. Wusidai. What to Fapimnewi Foundation? Woo, yeah, so woo's ye the akosro. Nafe, I was so wusi pillars. Pillars na a tiny beige national. Cement ne akadia with the comu, the materials used at the year concrete at the year pillars, when you so quality, then a basi. A dani enya Fapim penj nasunte bejuregu, and that is what the sporting leadership of Chelsea did. Omaya the signings in the summer. The recruitment Chelsea made. Baby, are not Chelsea Gina any baby on peso moko. Yeah, I will use one feature I did Chelsea this season to describe how their season went. Intieni, João Pedro, Alejandro Garnacho, Jamie Bino Gittins, Liam Delap, Joel Hato, Estevao, Kendry Paez, Dario Esugo, Mama Dusa. They spent a combined 290 million plus pounds. This is even the reported fee. Agent fee need the African home buy. So Chelsea in essence spent close to 300 million pounds directly in transfer fees on these signings. Bisa say of this lot, a must say now bet me don't say see obo say or buy no or my elevate Chelsea. I find a position on Mobono or my elevated standards na peja the costume. How many of these players can you cite? Exactly. Even for João Pedro, who is having a good season, numbers name Bro Jackson there so bebre. He's giving you better performances. Yes, the numbers very positive. But then again, it is not a massive upgrade on Nicholas Jackson. Liam Delap there, from Jamie Bino Gittins Garnacho, they have not replaced Madu Ekemo and the Omobeye because what have they also yielded? Jarrell Hato, what has been the improvement for the Abera defense name? Estevao Obie nim ne say or shining light, but then again or raw potential who needs development. So instant success will not be required of him. He's had a fairly good season. Kendry Paez will France. Esugo we prepara. Mamadou Sarr koi wasamba. So the actions of the sporting leadership actually jeopardized Chelsea and the progress they were making and did not upgrade where they wanted to go and the results they are getting. Let me use just one department and further illustrate the point I am making. Me Chelsea's XG performance for last season and this season. You can't hear about Chelsea nya a goal scoring. Meboa. Chelsea created chances. No more say chances. Or created chances. No more say chances. In the end, that's no. XG near the expected goals. You can't XG performance. It means chances are who creating. No. What are the quality of such chances? Ne say a beshe and a enche. In TNA. For the 2024-2025 season, Chelsea's total SG generated throughout the season now is 68.66. And the actual goal scored, it was 64. It means an XG per game generated a 1.80. But total XG near 68.66 no. So what is 64 a free more? There will be an XG underperformance of 4.6. Now, the chances are creating, you know. Now, also, 68.66 goals. But don't want to say Ankasano. Now, 64. Now, say, we modern more in terms of say, we convert the chance to create amount or underperform by negative 4.6. Fine. This season, total XG generated year season no, 62.3. So it means last season they acquired a 68. This season 62.3. No, I can't how many games to end the season 4. So it means Chelsea's SG performance either close or can even be better. Fine. Goal scored you're saying 53. There is a slight depreciation. Now the amount XG per game no, rated between 1.84 to 1.91 approximately. Say they are now creating quality chances at a slightly higher rate than last season there. But check the SG performance. There is an outrageous underperformance of 9.3 from minus 4.6. You know, now the underperformance now sink a 9.3 negative. What does this give us? It means Chelsea's chance creation level no, either the same and now slightly better, approximately. But the finishing, I know now at dip. Chelsea's finishing has dipped, but Chelsea fan biani every football connoisseur. Obeka Chelsea, the other Chelsea here was a clinical finisher.
Yes.
The sporting direct leadership no, or more build the squad no. Did they get that? Did they solve it?
And even left wing or crap.
No, did they solve it? Exactly. The wing channels now can no be any say Chelsea here an upgrade on the left wing options, especially after Mudryk and Zubenya suspension. Did they address it? Right wing, beside there, it has become an issue. The planning again, problematic. But it looks like they escape accountability. And I was a manager mom and I holding accountable for poor performances. Since this project adopted this model, coaches have been sacrificed. Rarely will you see the sporting directors being put to task or being held accountable. And that is where the problem is. So Chelsea's issue is not in appointing the next coach. It is in structuring almost sporting leadership. And then if you appoint the next coach, no obeying or a brilliant cry, the doings of the sporting leadership, it would frustrate and sabotage the effort of the coach. Maresca didn't see it. He told them clearly, oh, many Man City didn't come, Juventus for crash your interest. But me pesa me two ejumana so. I need these things to be sorted within the playing body. Nemwa, meboa. He left frustrated. Maresca ne jai Chelsea ejumana ne Chelsea ne pamo. Frustration. Pochettino, fine, he had his own issues, but he also complained about the squad level. Chelsea's objectives this season was to improve on last season, but check. Chelsea will miss out on Champions League qualification, which is a drop. If they win the FA Cup, a tangible success. But then again, we don't say to say, and the Chelsea has had a successful season than Arsenal. If Arsenal do not win the league or the Champions League, Chelsea J Trophy, Arsenal J Trophy. So will Chelsea be deemed as more successful than Arsenal this season? No. Tangible success ain't enough to prove that. What about revenue? If you miss out on the Champions League, revenue, ebete. So Chelsea's season, fairly, if they win the FA Cup, it will be a compensation to how disastrous their campaign has been. And Omoya, the real architect of that disaster, and yet the coaches, and yet Liam Rosinia, and yet Maresca, the sporting leadership, and that is what needs addressing. Fancy Lami Yama almost season be omeboa.
Since I'm on the
yeah, Misro because of these projections. On my Lami Yama minute, you can see that we bought a lot of matches within a short period of time, and now the matches are born at the bar for me. To show graph now, there were 3 colors: yellow, red, blue. Blue the end the first season of Bordema Barcelona, and the Rem the second season. First season in 2022-23 about match by Cope 7 minutes pen or boy, but the first full season was 2023-24. And then the blue no. Who say Afra picky the numbers no they buying 5,000 no. The second season, the red one, and so who say Afra kosoro nani goes ni peja minute or ball peja. Then also shoot ya, but a suffer a dip. Not at about 3,699, 3,068, 4,368. Then the final season and the yellow one now. You can clearly see Afro Cosrono na Asanswe Saniaba 3,000,
4,000.
Now what does this mean? He started well. They managed his minutes. Then a Tumuko Sropa. That was last season, and at this season, no, Akosro, but there is a sharp drop. Who's a curve, no, a sharp, a sun, a sinitras, a saniaba from. Why? Injuries. So the total number of minutes played are dropping sharply, and then the day prior, say a performance also, about 45 minutes be, about 50 minutes be, but we know him a tickle. Because of the injuries. Why? He's just a teenager. But in 4 seasons, Lami Yamal bought 149 official matches. La Liga. Only 19 years and Ameboa. Yamal Benya 19.
18.
Exactly. But he's played 100 La Liga matches for Barcelona. Iniesta Xabi. Omo Ndrusa. Omo nya 15 po at that age. He has been used most or consistently as a necessity, a need. But say no more use no. But no at the an overbearing stress at the abeto boy. So physically and then psychologically. Dear Miss Roman and say prayer only this season Pubagia this latest entry a uniform. But will he get rest in the summer?
But so we call World Cup now.
Exactly.
Doctor also say so we call cry. Just one man started from the knockout stages.
So the issue is he is a boy that badly needs rest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, calendar issues a denial of that rest. Nti na me say Misro and Mayamal for next season and your World Cup no. World Cup period no. A time I was called the rest. But now, he would have to exert himself for Spain. And when it happens like this, little time to recover and return for the season. And one year, now Asanso Benya, another injury-plagued season, a bit affecting the performance. Nedinya. And this is why I think say club and country must find a way out to ensure say omo be yi stress no ebi dey free your mouth on them one.
Wo na say Mike Capo eba Supremo say o ho ye de
na me adom we are work fancy.
Okay,
we are fine ba.
Well, fancy, good morning, please. I want some education here. Mbappe has 2 trophies with Madrid. That is the UEFA Super Cup and Intercontinental Cup, which he scored in both games. So, where from the trophyless season? Was it Madrid trophyless?
No, major competitions. They have gone back-to-back La Liga seasons without winning the league. Which is rare in recent times. Champions League or Munjibi, Copa del Rey or Munji. So for Super Copa and major. So for major competitions, Madrid have gone trophyless season and Mbappe war. And before he came, na a rare SSRD NBC. And that is the reason. But I don't think it's the problem. Some you can't lose some midfield trial, no. Then you move on like it doesn't matter.
Now Super Cup no kwase nya this season no.
Now Ulusu Cruz, Ulusu Modric, Ulusu Casemiro. Omu ina ko, omu time atwem. Then you expect the team to move on just like that because Mbappe aba. It will take them some time. And again, almost one structure, coach, one sensem, and even almost squad.
Because this is in Super Cup, no boy, engineer in the boy. So trophyless season with your magic. Whoa, Capo.
Fancy. Yerem na fi yantoaso yembra local na yini nkomona Ghana Mrantia no modern more nkofun cruise na no din say no pano yama Ghanaian players abroad then Juma Omo AD Nok Morrison and I catch us say weekend di na go mahia e Kenya womo ne AFC Leopards game na ba so no bomo din etimi fire team no ma nuama ekoye e de ema omo ma say omo secure the second place na ani nyina ko yetoaso na fi yeni yenkomo na ye Port City na ye din komo ho na Port City for boy Juma ye pa say o Juma omo ebo na say omo enso qualify omo eba Ghana Premier League ni bi na nuama so etima ko officially zone 3 hono omo ebeka no omo na me adoma Sunday on the 3rd of May and omo ewo Wontumi or Hene Park ho and eja ye be bo mo so abaso dwumadia omadi omo de be rem ewo the Ghana Premier League eno eye 2026 year ye be hwese ne season ko na wi e be sa bo na afi omo nso abeka wona dwumadie no etimi akokama ntieze enuama ekokama edema Port City na ore said enuama City a coach no Abdallah Brahima wa bo adwumaye pa na Abdallah Brahima and they atuja said the Black Stars of Ghana yama your opportunity foreign players and yes we opportunity obo ha na akofana ba obaba akomienu bi kra ye huni biem no okọ every time as a local based players no so ye more same opportunity na World Cup ya ye ku ye di local for no so erem said be betimi aboa Abdallah Brahima anyway atuja.
You have your strategy. Every coach has his own philosophy. You understand? You have your strategy, and then you look at the players that you assemble. Are they the players that can help you? You can see a local player, but the way he plays, the function on the field of play, to surprise you that the coach can even call that player to be part of the Black Star squad. You understand me? It depends on his philosophy. But I believe that the local players, some of them are very, very good. They can participate in the World Cup. They have what it takes. But it's just that sometimes because we always set higher standard, so we sometimes look down upon the local players, thinking that they can't do it.
Coach at Port City and Okase do baby. Now you look down upon the local players. I know expectation here very high. Sana dia na hadri you know and come out there balance man once is he sambo no be extended now extend is he kotoko for very very alert our mo train say and come out be the samba on the ho eba no pano me body voice e catch say was say or no is he or bokotoko movement there kind of nine ba ko crash still or the bo amakotoko na mom ontimi confirm is ochina and as ne o ka bibi na ochina be san because we are said o ka bibi na echina bibi betimi asi na asasa na mum enra o mu kokko man donation kakra no yero Alex Manu echire mu de nti o mu kɔ on the samba ne maami efri mu nti na se o mu kɔbɔ no nso akakra eno ka bi nti o mu de bo baako ekunuma mi no mu duro no mu sa de contract nsem ebo so the reason o mu kɔ no Alex Manu echire mu
Mercy Mensa, my financial secretary Alex J. We came together to form a group called Asante Kotoko, Traveling Supporters. We are the supporters you see us moving with you. We are in Nigeria, Abeokuta, to support you when you are playing against Kwara United. So we are some of the members. We have Dache Hene, we have our sister Franca here, we have Patrick Menu, this guy we call him Kanti. This our man, this guy we call him Kanti. This our man, we also move with us anywhere, we call him Peliminia. And here are our bloggers, they always live with us. We recently heard you've lost your mom, and in fact we're all heartbroken. We couldn't come to pay a visit at that material moment because we're also having 1 or 2 issues to solve at our various places. Today is the right time. We are here to come and mourn with you. In our custom, not the Ashanti custom and the Ghanaian custom, when you miss a parent or a relative, we have different ways of mourning with you. We have the cash mourning, the crying mourning, the erecting of canopy mourning, arrangement of church and everything. But today we are
Anna Obo ne Amanie El Samba ne ni me de onsem edeba Ghana Malta Guinness Premier League no ampem da ko afo wo me champions our league ya boy yi mu na omo de trophy no ekopie mu otachiman akopie mu amfie na omo do amfie no na se pani behwe ani gie nko a ana ekoso eno ana chidom hene oye ade yi asa a company e de atudwa se ampem da ko ladies de tachiman pa ye kase tachiman na omo na project tachiman man e de ne ko tachiman pa emema ne de edu ba bia yenti wo mu nka omo hu de omo ye na o ka kire empanifo senka traditional council no nka omo hwe na nka omo je ne traditional team said e be ya nka bebo na say state team omo no kra mfa na nka ja omo nhi se omo ye adwumanti Ghana man ana say techima man enso ta wo machi ye betie chi dom hene enkomo kakra o de mai
na me na no ye po ye no apo achi no adia nipa ebisa ne se etie na techmaman ye wo na ye di chire wiase sir what do we have to show if ene de ema amma oman bia eye man eye ade sununku bia ewo amman nu na kra disemane da hokakra na ye ni fi ebe identify yenya na ye nye man sa david na medi mani kraye no ano ampinda kwa any the unique entity a etimi yi techmaman echire amen team no ne de mo ye no ena ay pagya techman na krepa kwanya faso
eri tudwane sana na se techimamai munta ampemda ko achi wo na eboama wo mutimi yi oman no so pie me yehu techimai se de techiman so modemo sitie ye kodoma na ye din komo na good news ani se o maba me statement na o mo edi ababonte no officially doma eduana for edi ababonte na statement a club no edi aba ani say officially family of Dominic Frimpong I inform o mo say o mo de hye no wo ma frimu a wo mo di date aba omo be ye na eye no 29th of April and no baso nti omo sre mpanimfo nyina na se club supporters obi a se momra na fe 29th na moment na good news a ewum ene se yana na doman hene a direct club ne se Dominic Frimpong o sign contract kransa na o free me no permanent deal with the Aduana FC na ansa na o join Brekum Chelsea on loan in January till the end of the season nti ne salary na aka no one contract no no o mezo metua de ama family no until se contract no ebebe na wiye because family no difficult times mo no nkoma kakra bentie yana na se den a Dominic Frimpong onya ne ba bi ko no family no beta akoso age ne salary na owo e won contract no no nkoma no said ye citiem e ho as Gold FC and as Ashanti Gold 04 wo mo ena qualification a wo so aba Ghana Premier League num enra na enya asengwe to akra said no pano ye any players in the man no many jubilate pa officially the FA I congratulate you ma woman so I artwork kama ede amoma no eyenkoma efri ede bana ankoma we no enra as good sporting club for no so e wo handle wo so mate say club bi aba Premier League num na man for ball as good no so disclaimer our mission is that we are not back to the Premier League. We are still in discussion with the GFA to reinstate us to the to our rightful place. A team without history has qualified for their maiden season. Never mispresent them for us. Okay, thank you. Nti who tie as good for now we are Shanty good sporting club
na man for yes as good as
and
even utie coach Zito Krante was it thank God as good is back the post match and no e na as good for na nkasa ba say
Debbie
na we team bia no I'm so only history and we qualify for the maiden season mamo misrepresent omo for one Ashanti Gold no fear.
Okay. To the NTA mbezi coach. Okay. NTA coach Abdul Karim Zito the post match no yente kakra tituja.
Mfuna omu ina me do obi asi. Na se na beta the France obuase fo ina ni mfuna omu ina me do obi asi say and at the end of the day history have makes as good as our back. So we thank God.
And come on, if you're the banana, Middle League no so koso nti ba Ashanti region there no Jachi United asha one I'm a fast track woman so asha one e the Middle League day one omu so a omu yese nuama e be come nti we nyame adom kire the updates no enso be ba Middle League no fans in tokwa e koso ne ye mobiem no du bron half nso a omu say referees si omu team ba ko e wo ho a omu say referees si wo mu internet game omo bom so ball no kra omo nyam bobia no ye bechem youngsters omo so omo ko fi kra referees si wo mu to omo mo ti yem fancy na nyame adoma e kina ya baba na ya ba be room sub Middle League ne dia no o
Banfa Division 2 omo so referees si wo mu
we mu no mo say
ye ntie na fa ye medin komo
match referee dia no ewi me sabo me sema referee o ti say penalty o mo ti amelo e clear penalty so but and no kwa me ka say me man kola na ma I just say bo we na say ke bon coronation park okay ya ni last power bo we no mo ka say e better on to platform to say be bon next match watch dem dana una na sale le no anu ada na dia akoche nura ade be chi na me be bobo no na za be to say yes am be bobo no ha bi the fact me bufu okay say bon me mebo go first league no say ke bon no say bi mo ana mo say ade ba second league na ba say be say bo say ya sa dia ba it me say me ma ana ma fo bu chum kasa che me ana me de ene me team manager o kasa che me ko na ba but ya ba
say team manager e bon ko team run no na o chechem no na nkomo ne akfm e osunyan ana omo boy ya fancy de kakra benti referee decision
bron half
original yeah
how mo division
2 sub Middle League nkomo enie
okay wo Mike
ana sound komo say be na mempe because purely sentimental but what can we na odi egu football ne ho fin o kasa no menni memra cross site say o maye bibi etia mranti ombo bio so mbebo video ni bio mo etia de o ka bia ye de ehye no de ye ne ya but mra bia mbata ho change of venue minimum raw site no mo cross de ni aye kan yi ba fa de no change of venue no emra ben na bafa no o ma committee a aninti original so dia so ombo bio ye ntie hwe
makola mekake nene omo
no say due to one or two binti no man jai boy you the reason why okasa chama idea na esi mo match mo bo we e say mo nto aso mo game bi wa dey
ndia ma me nto aso mo game bi no say the first match am be boy no we need less power then they feel the same group by me lose 3-1 me did to move go ball and ball match ref no dia if you me say ball me say ref o team say when I tell me o di tia me no e clear penalty so but and no kwa me ka say me man kola na ma I just say boy we next ke bon coronation park okay yani last power bo we no mo ka say e better on the platform to say be bon next match watch them dana una nansale le no anu ada na dia akoche nura ade be china me be ball na za be to say yes am be ball wa ha bi the fact me bufu okay say ball no me ball go first league no say ke ball no say du mo ana mo say ade ba second league na ba say better ball say ya sa dia ba it me say me ma ana ma fo bu chum kasa che me ana me de ene me team manager o kasa che me ko na ba but ye ba ya no nkwan ball no mo ball no obi a wa bia hu so o ma say 2 no ya teacher be say 3-2 aka kan ya polo refu say decision o de mra na say on sam euro bu ya sa omutia immediately no team be tia 5,000 o tia 5,000 me tia 5,000 what ma say me tia for camp the team na ba me ma tin ya na ya ko ba na o refu dem na be say o sam say titina o ma ya we na ya ja na say no ya ko meeting no ya report ma o ka say I don't think that's it. Referee is very fair. To me, besides that, some more team be also qualifier. I'm can't say they are me dealing back. I mean, me 5,000. Now, certain in charge.
Come on, the all you need. Now, you see, a perception be over. But I like a dream be done the dream. Enti obano be hu nioma bi ekoso park ne so a na ono ade tu ne hofo no adi dwuma mesre anka nipa anko ye ne interview no omisa ne se decisions ben omo ohu video evidence emra ben na RFA no omo ato se venues ne switch at that instance papa ne betimi asite yemfa feelings emfa nye football. And that is the level where most of our club owners are. So, the entire football, a lot with the club owners or the football administrators. A lot. Allowing emotions to cloud or more sound judgment. What can I say you? But trust me, a way will call viral. A lot of people will share this. And they will conclude referee chiti or montino or mobile. But see, you know, we don't even know decision cry or can say we home video be ye win. What can it try? But I blame the football authorities. I'm no allow Emma Sadia way. A man for getting encouraged to do that. Okay. Now my friend is saying he should submit evidence. Wontumi ban him. Ban him from involving himself in football. Because he's bringing the name of the game into disrepute. What can a try call? And the number of people who will take this and swallow. Ghana ni ono. Yeni masem kapa. De yeno krene de yeno kre. Ye ni amene. Inti wetie o papa no I wanted the omoka o Wontumi wanted the omoka o Kesben wanted the omoka wa no a minute then that becomes the truth. Now when you try to do fact to debunk it way any baby you free near target and that is the biggest problem our football faces. If authorities don't start not just sanctioned by fining, ban, suspend. Ban them, suspend them. One, if you believe the system is corrupt, why involve yourself in the first place? Or say, among countries or more team beer or more qualifying. Just a one gin to system near fair. Who qualify for middle league, you know, or more favor when I'll be drew using the same logic. Yo, 2026. Teams are getting creative. A bit more use AI to develop training methods. A bit more use computer. And we have these people running football in Ghana. And then they are also using a more monumasem to destroy the same product or more building. Yakoya nearby. Look at what he is thinking about. one ka football mrebia one site ebia one fa video one fa hweama obekom kra no they might not even operate on social media as a club.
Wontumi,
they might not even operate. We move now for catch on so yeah embrace the guitar media social media or back catch us soon in fast. If we do not purge, if we don't adopt purgatory measures to remove some of these from your game anymore, I am telling you for a fact. Your Premier League Division 1, Division 2, I was see a puny clubs no do na near pager professionalism no control. You will not see this in any professional structure. At this level, you want to say a semi-pro, a amateur, but there should be a certain level of professionalism in their engagement or their dealings. You don't belong to an association and then kill the same association with your words. And yet, and so when swama a didiko nenim and a good game anymore say, and the abedru say, was he a dink or radio, so you had debate. Yemma a quota system for black stars, yemfa local players in fact. First, na entesa. So local player beko black stars ni no sefata or koso obit me a bo. But then that's because send ye see football no ye see ni trase. Now anybody with passion just thinks ye bet me as sustaining ye no, things have changed. Your passion alone is not enough. Get the necessary know-how. Get the necessary know-how. Unia for our passion no fe pi omo no mo nye bo ni yemfama. Na ye kwanya we ye bo ni ya unya so mfaso. Oliver Atta nam football sika odi no. Once Oliver Atta team abebo Premier League da. Ana o ma bebo Division 1 da.
Because now lower divisions no come ton players no cry more
so
because say outside from foreign no almost top 17 16 18 almost no say division 1 and 2 for yan so na almost ton more
also no
so Oliver Atta dey
on player bia obro 18
obi banana ya nipa from
oma be hunu say yen ka no kre yen di no kre we kroma
yeah.
Inti player aye say 20 no or be 25 26.
Wontumi
into omo de omo sika ba be shema to akwa.
Omo boka 18.
Ah Mike, the all can no credit because now they also
yan can no credit. And we mo na
oh yes. Okay now they me cram say mo ko be kwai. Ye de to time we SS na. Ya akola no hwe ni age anka say also be 23. By busa na also 18. You pussy na Mike. You pussy na the West or catch or 20.
Is it age no to Musano?
But I know when they start to register on Kodana, may say this man, if they don't ban him, Ebemia, yam for being a scapegoat. You can't just speak ill words about football now while we be now do Sikashem no. Na that hope say Jina ye, no, we can't make progress with this level of thinking. No. I don't have any issue. But next time now, these people should not be doing football administration in Ghana. They can be team owners. And the media, we must ask them questions, sir. You see, it will cause them to think about the Omokano. Osi assistant venue. Okay, more now, I share some of the bonnet saying about venue. One, Bafa no only venue. The RFA don't own a venue. So your access to a venue is subject to certain conditions. And to the stadium near the say and unya obenya. Exactly. Either you postpone the game or look for alternative venues. If you had the infrastructure, I don't think these issues will come up. So what was the existing agreement or arrangement regarding venue and venue changes? Two. If the game and as a referee be the game, now any refereeing issues, where do you address them? And how do you file protest? And I'm way in a protest in him. Oh, Charlie. Yes, Sunday is yeah, boy, no. Now, come on, what boy, no one there. we mo ye no
I was angry carry for
Ekuye born
me say brand new maybe.
Yes, I think say your mic a kabebre dia fa and no, so I wouldn't go back to
Wontumi.
But yen share Enra Yani, who said the president of the Ghana Football Association, posted BB on the Facebook wall, say 2027 under 20 African Cup of Nations, say Ghana be hosting. I remember na Ghana at 50 2007 meboa. Na Ghana 50 2007. So the 2018 year the hostie the African Cup of Nations. And I think say fast forward we near the African Cup of Nations, but I think the level of hosting U20 African Nations Cup no was so count pa our level what the top one me pa. And I think say this is a big opportunity for us to embrace it. And this is the time to reset and develop and do proper infrastructures to meet certain criteria. Yaw, tournament basi anu meniaje because a bar all set it up. You may be first. Nanke pesi acquire boxing, acquire swimming, and your money.
Renovations and
yaw. I don't think all is going. Even if it's renovation, like the standard will uplift. And yet the normal ones now, but there's going to be a development for upon
steady and I might under 20 they no cover to say they didn't mukaf.
No, they'll still need upgrade.
The upgrade they also upgrade because
2026 so to 2027
so Accra wouldn't be taken out. So Accra Sports Stadium would need a massive upgrade.
Cape Coast
Kumasi Legon Cross so they will need a massive upgrade. But I think way more and my the perfect opportunity. Say infrastructures na e wono ye be ni ye na aya afebo na nya se so ha akọ. So that is what I'm thinking about. Say whatever this thing is bringing to us, yeah, embracing it with the positive mentality. Say be boy am infrastructures na nyoma e wo ho no ya ye ni ye
by force
by hook or crook ya ye ni ye na kwa be dia. You see, anytime over league women's bibi kakra bi wo Ivory Coast be not realize say the quality of the pitch, the quality of environment, because I don't know where or AFCON in no. Maintenance. So this is the perfect opportunity. See a better right all the wrongs. Now this thing comes into the country and it brings a different level of economic factor. Say a better boy boosty. Because they say when a ban her journalists will be here who tells a lot of things. So let's do things well. And I'm happy that the Football Association merely did this charge. And me baby hosty and under 20 ye free baby and Sanya ko baby. Ye hosty AFCON how many years in 280 tifuma about 18 years. 18 years ni. E say kakura bi fair punano. Like he didn't come on say one cry the be host. E bi fair punano. Say na say ani ebusa say after Kenya, Tanzania ne Uganda more 2027 no. One mo be host 2020 ya ye din kura nim. Your bollest in the crana, your home so crana, I can say, we womb. But we renew the economic benefit can 2008 at the Breo Kruma say. It way Yemfanya a step above. Already a hosty was it the All African Championship, right, Mike? I call boy under 23 All African
Games now.
All African Games, your hosty they about mining all of these things. Yeah, a maximum effort in making sure say we ebetimi aya akono near timi aye ni ye. And that 20 used to be the birthright of Ghana at some point in time, especially between 2008 2009 2010. You said Rwanda, you see Rwanda de ba ko mo de sesan your money we ni bi o ye ko ball U20 2009 ye born Rwanda. There was a certain stadium being in your it began a lot of things because now Rwanda caught or more issues in Maba. I'm a born or cran no more try to rediscover themselves. During those times, there was still reconciliation courts and issues that were there that people are trying to solve. Said the Bayer and Tokwane see two fractions, they will be able to live together. Then by 2009, Yahuni say, Omu hosti U20. After that, Omu Shomochi beam in terms of infrastructures. Let's use this to change the fortunes of our one day. But at least this is a step forward. me more the Ghana Football Association abaso and the current vice chairman or second vice of the CAF Confederation of African Football, Mr. Keto Kriku. So much me pushy. At least getting levels like this. You hosti wafu na che. Yao. The bia wafu. Under 17 wafu. Under 23 wafu. Under way wafu there be. Now we are crowd schools they are born under 15 no. Now see an call Zimbabwe is Zambia. But here who still be work at Lagos Sports Stadium. This is a different level. So the main AFCON if you want to ma and at 23 about we and ever. Yeah, we levels who you embracing as Ghanaians new push for. You see, when we say Kotoko ne Sambo no Monkomo no Mudidi no. Nini now will boil down to who becomes the next CEO of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And I think there are certain decisions the CEO needs to be announced for a coach to be picked as soon as possible. I don't know if say coach no more dibing komo mo be fan there, but for the CEO ne there and Benton say is already done cry. And if no church they be omudi din komo because a player like Sambo no so open one. You don't wait for the season to end and appoint a coach or a manager before you take a decision of trying to keep him. Who knows? Maybe at the current board, the current people are ready to pay the amount of money maybe Okoji will be a South Africa or the exposure be an Ensawosu Timika. But everything clearly shows that Samba the 9 Obeko Utim Komono Dina also ne can never the sacrifice that he will do it. The sacrifice in a day he will do it. But a new man come why you keep your top players, you need to start on a good note. And I think Wontumi the next CEO on Baba Kotoko. Yeah, I mean the first land come the be Kotoko for supporters na kuma tum nyina na yesan committee me retain somebody. Somebody will say it is difficult. Yes, I agree. Well, because it's difficult to be a me no be yadring. But I think the statement ba ko pay hu pa is adem. Say yeah buy and we are retaining somebody now for at least 2 seasons. Yeah. The quality no and the idea to retain him no ke the Kotoko supporters ni GDA the mother new board ne be ko different level. So at least team ya ba be hihye mo ba ye your captain mu keep no team ya de ba ye we ko mu try ka 5,000 it sets the club to a different stage. But I think it is up to them to sort out that issue and make some team ya plus the more on one team ya I think they would need to explain and try so much try our best. But the future will look a little bit dicey for Kotoko supporters to trust again. Looking at Impempi, their board the ball Musha see omoye. Impempi near Tremono. They don't want to Musha say so because now no be shame no be I'm saying Kotoko said 30 players. As I got 20 diaba. Yeah, these things
more now no boy no more boy ni say
change.
Me the
answer me the man ne say.
Next is no person Sambo Kotoko.
Yeah, me answer me the man pa kon say your current terrain you enter Abrofo. Now even Abrofo no be create me sign 10 players, 12 players. How they do it. If you are not performing we do it. If you are not performing but maybe issue am just see and say there are quality players within the current setup of Kotoko.
Boy or more boy.
Me say they are current players more Kotoko say if you be a mensa wom you are born for baby so baby and your papa for wom
obo Sambo ne no abo hwan me
say abetamo say abeto Patrick say do lodamo Patrick lodamo hiboje wo so there's a certain core bit make keep here bit me e de kakra be pi so but I think the big statement they would have made yes Sambo now obetina Kotoko for even 1 year plus 1 okay, solid to see how they will handle such a situation. I don't know how so. I don't know because someone else say how so yaw.
Yeah, you been a here na making kind be
can mean to be.
That and for public consumption.
And for public consumption. It will just and other public more.
Only pan the picture that's no almost say then. There be a make see was some Koroko see was my name is can I remember who we be now. Oh, you see, I say me there be a mechanic say, Ubi be a Kotokoria, Okwa, was an ambe Kotoko me bokasi, na me bokasi, yet a Jumane beda on swa, the same person say pie. A Jumane beda on swa will be a person ban obey a Juma. They be as most team in Yakon, most team in Yakono. Now their business away are Bokano, yet you see cash.
There be
a Juma we are Enyakono. ebedawa o peso babe
ba umi was wo so da cassette ya
enti man ka sabi you don't speak ill about club no na so kwa baba da abese yemfa adwuma ne ma
but I think the new CEO for Kumasi Asante Kotoko totally different from even the names we are even hearing outside there. And yeah, I think this is a man. I mean, in the track record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mean in the track record. It's actually how I also from another partner. Also, but I'm saying the decision to retain certain players and it should be done fast. If you want a competitive season and you want to play well.
Easy, Boko there.
Open in case you have a Boko.
Very good.